responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people. You really want to know?
Yo, what's going on, people? I'm glad you guys all followed me over here. All right. Can everybody hear me? Everything all good? How's the audio? How's audio? That actually intro was from my old band's old intro that we'd use for live music and everything. And I just never put like a video or anything to it, like some of the other stuff. I mean, I could play some of my old band stuff on here that are stuff that we actually never even released. So, I mean, but it's death metal. I don't know if that's for everybody. I don't want to sit there and like blast people out because so name was like that was scary. I thought it was for movie. So I played in a death metal band with a death metal singer. It was a female lead singer. She was fucking awesome. And at the last little quote there, it's a little low on that recording. I need to find the full recording. I have like 8 different, maybe like probably 10 different recordings of that one. There's one where it actually comes out, but it's a quote from V for Vendetta, where he goes, "If our own government was responsible for killing 100,000 people, would you really want to know?" And then that's the point where our band cues in. It's like, dun, 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 and then our band all comes in at once. And like, so that was the cue. It was pretty fucking epic. And live, it sounds great. What did I play? I played rhythm guitar. I'm a death metal rhythm guitar player. Um, I, I need to find some clips that, or I need to find out how to hook up my guitar because our acoustic guitar fell over like a few months ago. There's like one that was here for some reason. That thing fell over and the neck broke, or else I would probably just have it right here and I'd probably randomly play and fiddle around with it. That's one thing. I'm oddly a pretty good guitar player. I mean, most of our songs are played at like 200 BPMs or higher. Like it was like I think our lowest song was at like 180. So we play pretty fast and pretty crazy. But yeah, the band Tool's cool. Tool's all right. I did send the link to Anne. I know she's great to keep the conversation going. Like, look, she's awesome. I sent her the link. Let me see here. Hey, you down? Let's see if she is still down. The band Ginger. Oh, Ginger's the shit, man. If you guys have not checked out Ginger, she does amazing clean vocals, and then her growls. She's just like, ah, and then all of a sudden she'll be like, yeah, gets all brutal with it, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? And then they have like some almost like jazzy style breakdowns, and then it's kind of all over the place. Oh, so Anne, if Anne is in the chat, I sent you the link. It's in your X. You're more than welcome to come on. And also, if anybody else in the chat wants to come on and shoot the shit for like an hour, I don't know. StreamYards has been telling me that I have maybe 4 to 5 hours left. Thoughts on Baby Metal? Oddly enough, I'm a fan of Baby Metal because I like especially as somebody who actually played in a band for many years, the synchronicity of how the band actually all moves together and they all work as one was fucking awesome. I'm a huge anime fan, so it kind of sounds like anime live, which is also really cool. And then their musicians are actual metal musicians. Like the band themselves, like the 3 main girls that are out there singing, that's that's up for interpretation. If you don't like that kind of singing, yeah, that'll turn you off for it. But as far as the music goes, and people are like, "Oh, baby metal isn't metal." Bullshit. The people are actually playing that live. They're doing that and they're fucking killing it. It's the vocals that throw you off. The vocals throw you off and make you think like, this is weak. No, those people are actually playing a lot of that metal, and that shit's it's pretty awesome. Like there's different vocals behind it. You'd be like, this shit is fucking awesome. So if you're sitting there just because the vocals, then you simply don't like the vocals, which is fine. And whatever you joined with, it says you need to connect your mic or cam. If you have your old one open on your phone or something, it's not going to let you join. BMTH. Why am I forgetting the acronym for that? Not Black Dahlia Murder. No, I'll try to remember it. BMTH. They're hot and they're legal age now, so it's okay to say that. Look, whatever. Sure, they're cute little Asian girls, whatever. If you want to go with that. Oh, Bring Me the Horizon. There's a couple songs that I don't mind from them. So the last time that I was at a metal show, right? I got to go, and you still have the same problem. Your mic and camera aren't connecting for some reason, or you only need your mic to connect. So something's up with your mic. You might need to fully reset or fully take off all your stuff. But I can't add you because there's nothing to add on here other than your name showed up. But the last show, oh, now you're there. 1 second. And can you hear me?
I can.
Right on.
I was trying to figure out how to do my camera, but I don't. If you're having issues, restart.
No
It
idea.
says that I can't do my camera. I don't know. Am I supposed to hit something for my camera?
Well, it wasn't the end button. There you go. But anyways, the last show that I actually went to was the last Slipknot / Knotfest they did, which they, for the last couple of years before all the pandemic stuff happened, they combined them, right? And so they combined those shows together. And a friend of mine got backstage all access passes to it for the Sunday show, which was the Slipknot version. So like Saturday was Ozfest, Sunday was Knotfest type of deal. And I was like, okay. I was like, cool, man, have a good time. Like, I remember him leaving around like 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden he calls me at like 11 when he gets there, and he's like, I got an extra ticket, man. They got an extra one for you. All access, backstage pass. We can be on the stage and everything. And I was like, okay. I went and I got dressed. I headed out there to, what's it called? Glen Helen. Yeah, it was like Glen Helen, the little stadium there. Got there, got my pass. We walked around the backstage. I was on stage. I had friends in the audience that I told I wasn't going to be there. And I'm like, dude, check out the stage. I'm on stage. It was fucking awesome. Just looking out there, like looking at like 30,000 some odd people just up on stage. I was like, this is what's up. This is fucking awesome. It was so much fun. I got to meet a bunch of bands. I got to meet like a Amon Amarth in person. Like that shit was fucking awesome. That was so much fun. I mean, I just got lucky just because literally the guy, like one of my friends that I knew somebody who was like working the catering there. And I was like, this is great. Oh man. So as we were in T's chat, everybody was talking up about there was some Trump rants. There was kind of rants about this, that, and the other. Excuse me. I've also been drinking, which was the point of my thumbnail. Death metal is not satanic. No. People think metal itself is satanic. It is not. Black metal is usually the satanic one, which black metal also is, I think, fucking terrible. Not because of the Satanism behind it, because whatever. Sing about whatever you want to. It's all good. But their chord progressions and the way that they do their music is really terrible. One of these days when I finally get like a proper setup on StreamYards and maybe have a set schedule, I'll maybe start throwing some music on here that's my actual music. Like one of my last streams, I threw a song on that I did that was, it's all my lyrics, but it's all AI music that's behind it. It's my lyrics from the band I was doing, but I wanted to see what it would do with some lyrics that we never used. And it made a pretty good song, but it was like a hard rock song that sounded very much like Soil, if you guys ever heard of Soil. So it did like music like that. Maybe some of you guys were here for that intro. It's still on here. I just don't want to sit there and blast music at people at like 2 a.m. Yeah, Jeff A liked it. That was a good song. The lyrics are all mine. And that song, I'm not going to lie, actually it was kind of my take on a country song. The lyrics anyways were supposed to be a take on a country song, which I've never tried before. But the AI thing that I was using kept giving me like not the kind of country music that I wanted to sound like. So I was like, let me just try some hard rock. And then it gave me a song that sounded like Soil. And I was like, it actually sounds fucking pretty awesome. It sounded like way better than I thought it would. And so I was like, I'm going to keep that. Yeah, my main thing is like, I did rhythm guitar. I wrote a bunch of the music, like a decent amount of music. Like I write rhythm. My friend is an amazing fucking lead guitar player. This guy can write to anything. It's insane. And then the other thing I did, I wrote like probably 90% of the lyrics for my band, and it was yeah, I would say they're okay. I mean, for a death metal band, because I used to that was my thing. Like even when I got into death metal or metal in general, I would actually read the lyrics to these. You'd buy an album and like they give you the little pamphlet and the thing in the front, and they would have the lyrics to the songs, and I would sit there and I'd read them, and I was like, this doesn't seem all that bad. It's not that hard or whatever. And so I just sat there and I started writing lyrics and wrote patterns and wrote songs and wrote choruses and bridges and then started making music to it or vice versa. I'd make a song and then write lyrics to it. It was like, it's a whole process, but eventually you get to the point where it becomes like, I don't want to say second nature, but it becomes a lot easier. You get a theme going, you hear a certain sound, it kind of resonates in your head. And it just kind of flows, man. Sometimes, like if any of you want to get into music, they say, of course, you got to practice a bunch, but also, figure out what you're going for. Like if you're going for just your own style, fine. I mean, if you want to just write music itself is not that hard. There's the whole joke thing with like the 4-chord stuff. The 4-chord thing, it's a very real thing. You can just learn those 4 chords, play them and strum them in a different pattern at different intervals and learn a couple little jump tricks on your strumming hand, and you can kind of make whatever fucking song you want, maybe do a little bit of picking in between and then write lyrics to that. That's what a lot of these people do, whether they want to sit there and admit it or not. Most of them actually kind of do admit it, but it's not that hard. Yeah, steal from the greats and make it your own. Sorta. The thing is even the greats took from like the legends, like Mozart and shit like that. Like these progressions aren't new. They say there's only 8 fucking notes or like 8 notes with a couple minors and majors in them, whatever. It's not that much. There's not that much there's a lot to mess with, and there's plenty of ways to make it sound crazy and unique. But to sit there and claim like I'm the first person to do this chord progression, you're a fucking liar. Like that's the most bullshit ever. Do a music stream. The thing with that, I actually I had like, it's called an A1 Scarlett, which is actually what this could have connected to. I sold it to a friend of mine who wanted to do the music because I wasn't doing the music part. And so now he has it. Technically, it's only like a couple of rooms away, but I'm not going to sit there and borrow it from him. I mean, I guess I can. It's not that big of a deal. I was thinking about telling him to hook up his stuff downstairs because we have like a wall of amps downstairs. And then maybe we could set up a camera. Me and him could jam through that live stream, but we'd have to figure that part out, which would be kind of cool. We can maybe just jam some of our old songs, just me and my brother. Like he's one of my best friends. He's basically my brother, but it'd be fun. I don't know what's going on with Anne of the North. Let's talk Avengers Doomsday. Is that what you want to talk about? Because I do have that in the title. I did do like a mock thumbnail in about like, I did that in like 2 minutes while I was on T Stream. I was like, oh, people are asking me for a late night stream. Let's put a random topic into the title, but more than likely, I'm not gonna lie, most of the streams I do, they tend to go off on whatever the chat is about, and then I try to bring some members into the chat to shoot the shit. So if AMS or AMS, if you want to jump on, man, or whatever, you're more than welcome to. Anybody in the chat, if anybody wants to come in and shoot the shit, if you got a topic you want me to cover and talk about, or I can look up, let me know. I'm trying to just go about an hour. So if you got something, that's great. All the old X-Men people are back. Oh, the glass I'm drinking. So I had a shirt that said that. It said, I drink and I know things. I got that right after that happened in Game of Thrones. And I lost that for something. Hey, hold my DualShock. What is that? Is that Peter? I'm assuming that's old up late, or is that Andy? It doesn't matter. If any one of you want to jump on, I'll shoot you the link. I just didn't think you guys would be up this late. I'm assuming that might be Peter. If you want to jump on, man, you're more than welcome, dude. Or if that's for some reason Katie up this late, you're also more than welcome. Here, let me get the invite. So Hold My DualShock it's basically three people. It's Katie and Andy. That's kind of more of the faces of it. Peter's kind of their producer, but he's also, I believe it's Andy's brother. I don't know if they're adopted brothers or whatever. That's their story to tell. I mean, for how long I've known him, like I feel the story goes back and forth, and I actually don't know what's true. So let me shoot them the link. If they want to jump on, they are obviously more than welcome. Ann, what's up? What's up, Ann?
Oh my God.
Hey, look, you got a camera and you got a mic. What's going on?
You know you're old when. Anyway.
It's all good.
It wasn't. There's something wrong with the Chrome. It wouldn't let me access the camera on my other phone.
You have to do it through Safari. Is that
So,
what you have to do?
I don't even know what that is.
Like on iPhone. Oh, you said you have Android, right? So
yeah. So for some reason on my other phone, it wouldn't let me access it, and then it would block out everything, and I couldn't do anything. So anyway, sorry guys, I'm old. Anyway, hi everybody. So now you see me.
Oh my God, guys, the person who's been telling us she's old the whole time, this is crazy. You'll never believe it. She happens to also be old. Like, what are the odds of that? Like, it's almost like somebody didn't lie on the internet. I think more people would be surprised somebody didn't lie on the internet. Like,
that's true. Is it clear? I can't really see on the.
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, if you find something to just set it on, you'd probably be better off.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, probably giving everybody some kind of. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's all good.
Okay.
I sent a link to. I don't know if you've ever watched Hold My DualShock.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah. So I'm pretty. It's probably Peter. Peter's more likely the one that's up this late, but he's like their producer. He's also, I believe, it's Andy's brother. But it sounds like he might jump on. I sent them the link. If you're still here, Hold My DualShock. I sent you the link if you want to jump on. But yes, there you go.
Okay. All right.
But
what y'all talking about?
So far I was just talking about music and what I've been doing, or what I used to do with music, and how people nowadays aren't. I don't know. I don't feel they're doing music as well as they used to, and everything. That and how production and how songs are written. Like, so I've been a musician for over 20 some odd years now, about slightly over 20 years. Mm-hmm. And well, it started off with, because the song that I played at the beginning is actually the intro to my old band's set list. So that song would go off, and then, okay, hold on. Hold My DualShocks here. What's up?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
What up? Is this Andy?
Yeah, what is going on? All right.
not much.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
I had your shit playing on the screen, and so it's doubling up. I was shooting you like 3 times. It was crazy.
What are you doing up, man?
I'm always up late.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do like design work when I'm this late.
Oh, okay. I figured you guys all kind of worked during the day, and then worked early, and then got home around like 1 or something your time. I don't know, because you guys have times where even when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, shit, man, that's like 3 o'clock my time. I'm like, I mean, I can make it, but it's gonna be close. So right on. What are you working on? Just some editing or some work stuff?
Client work. I did branding for a housing development, so they need to know like the brand colors and stuff.
That's fine. Are you on Peter's setup or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm on Peters. Does it sound different?
No, your voice has like kind of like an accent to it. It's weird.
Oh,
Yeah, where are you
probably 'cause
from?
It's probably because I'm tired. And I've been alone.
It's like, oh, I'm kind of tired. It's like it
Yeah,
has
are
kind
you
of a-
English?
it has a little draw to it. It's like almost a little bit of, hey, I'm Andy. What's going on? That's
Yeah,
what it, like. Does it? I feel I'm nailing it right now.
the chat knows. No, I'm from South Africa.
Oh, that's
No,
okay.
I know you're from there too, but it's like I've never heard you sound like that.
Yeah, that's
He's got the same accent as Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's my uncle.
Nice. He's
Yeah,
half
yeah.
Canadian,
It's,
so maybe
the
I'm
ba-
related.
The bass in your voice is actually coming out a lot more. It's like every time like something low is like like it. I've never heard you sound like it's kind of tripping me out.
So that's like
what?
when you're trying to sound more American, you just talk more from your nose. You just talk like that. It's like, what's up, guys?
Hey,
How's
there
it
you
going?
go. Now
Like
you're
nasal.
dude. That's right. Oh, dude. That makes me feel so nasally. Shit.
I think it's because like Americans speak from the front of their mouth, and then like,
Oh, I mean, everything with Americans is from the front, with confidence. It's
With
not
your
from
chest.
the back anywhere. It's like we say it with their chest, we say it with their nose, we say it all up in your business. We're way too close all the time. So, anyways, somebody was like mentioning in the chat earlier, talking about this Marvel Doomsday stuff. I'm sure you guys have some videos that are coming out about it, but are you down to talk about it, Andy?
yeah, bro, we don't do that shit. We don't do that hold stuff back stuff. Yeah, we always talk about it.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find the list, though. Do you happen to know the Twitter account that posted it?
No, but I just saw. I can
Marvel-
find it.
It's like Marvel Twitter. I should probably just go to Chris Gore. 'Cause
Yeah.
he covered it. Somebody posted a full fucking list. So he has the video, but I don't see that list. Where's the list? Let's see here. Marvel Doomsday list.
There's a new movie, a new Marvel movie.
So it's going to be the new Marvel movie, right? So everybody's we all know that, like, so Marvel's Doomsday is coming out, and then it's Marvel's Secret Wars after that. So Doomsday is basically going to be coming out after Fantastic Four. So the thing is, though, yesterday, well, I guess this was 2 days ago now, since we're 2 days after this, but Chris Gore put out there, and like a couple other sources put out there, like, ooh, we're going to get a big release that might actually be bigger than the Robert Downey Jr. leak of Doctor Doom, which people thought that was a big leak, or I guess it's a big deal, I guess, in sense, but I felt like it was a mixed review. So I was like, that doesn't seem like that hard to top, because that thing I felt went around 60-40, maybe 70-30 in favor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not sitting there like, wow, that just tipped the scales dramatically. It was like, okay, that's happening. Fine. But
I just
then,
sent you the list in the private chat, by the way.
okay, cool. Let me grab that. Perfect. Oh shit. Did I cancel the whole thing? Cancel. So here's the list. Okay. See if I can make it. All right. Damn. I wish I had the little fucking character signs next to them. I mean, I kind of know all their characters anyways, but it's all good. Let's see here. Let's present. Are you enjoying your time on here, Andy? Look how good I am at streaming. It's so amazing.
Better than me.
No, it's funny because like I'll just, I mean, I'm going to throw all of the things behind the scenes, but Andy helped me with some of this stuff. He taught me how to even do like I took in a lot what he said, but I'm like, I'm probably not even halfway as good as I should be based on what he told me. And I'm like, even when I'm doing this, I'm like, I'm surprised I'm doing even half this good. So I'm doing is like 100% better than it's half as bad as I thought I would. So like that sentence makes sense in my head, especially after like 7 beers. It's great.
What are you drinking?
Stone. It was on sale. Yeah, 12 pack for $14. I couldn't pass it up. I was like, fuck it. Why not? Why not? So let's go here. Like,
So this is
so
the actors that are going to be in it.
these are the actors, and I believe, I mean, especially with Andy's help here, he'll be able to tell me all the other characters. I think I know most of these ones, but
You might know more of these than I do.
so of course we got Chris Hemsworth coming back as Thor.
I
don't
love
think that
him.
surprises anybody. Let me also just say this.
I
to
thought
begin.
they fired him.
No, he kind of said that he wasn't going to come back as Thor for a Thor movie, I believe is what he said. This isn't a Thor movie. It's like, it's going to be a cameo.
Mhm.
That or it's going to be a team up moment like they did it on Endgame. The biggest thing that they have going against this is it doesn't have the buildup of the first 3 phases of Marvel, right? So the first 3 phases of Marvel, and I was saying this to T, and I don't know if he was paying attention or caught on, but like I had a friend of mine who just watched all 3 first phases up to Endgame. Like he watched all of them. And with his mom, because his mom never seen him, and she was like, "Oh, I love this," and she's like, 60 something, and she was following along, had a great time, was having a great time with it. And then he got to the end of that, and he's like, "Should I even watch any of these afterwards?" And I was like, in all honesty, no. And he was like, "Okay," and he just like he doesn't follow this like everybody online does. He's not one of those people. And I was like, "Dude, you're kind of better off." And then today he comes home and he's like, "Hey man, I saw this doomsday list. What's this about?" And I was like, "Dude, it's all the characters from the movies that nobody cares about. And some of them are from the Marvel shows nobody cares about. And there's a couple like cool cameos that sounds like it's from the X-Men stuff. That's about it. I mean, I feel that's almost a pretty solid, easy breakdown of what's going on. I'm going to go through each person's list or each person's name here like in a quick succession and see if anybody actually cares. Like in chat, be like, are you excited for this or not? So I'm going to go through the names here because there's a couple that actually did come up where I was like, okay, that's cool. But the biggest thing that threw me off guard was when somebody like even Chris Gore is like, sure, it's just a rumor, but is like, this is going to be bigger than Doom. What I was thinking was, I hope they do an X-Men announcement before this movie. By the way, we've been secretly filming X-Men. Boom, here you go. We get an X-Men movie between this. Now it explains why there's fucking X-Men here. Other than the only X-Men explanations we get is basically the most recent one is from Deadpool, and then the other one is from fucking Miss Marvel. Is that why they pushed the Miss Marvel bullshit so hard in Daredevil, which is a TV show? Because that would also push the mutant thing, because at the end of Miss Marvel, they pushed the mutant thing, that she's actually a mutant, right? Like, even if you didn't watch it, you've probably heard about it, right? Did you hear about that, Andy?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Anne probably doesn't know a bunch of what we're talking about, but she usually keeps the conversation going when there's a lull. But she's awesome.
Well, I like the Chris Hemsworth guy. He's hot. that much I know.
See, look, there's your women audience right there. Yeah, he hot though, right? Like
he should be. Nah, he should be in every movie. That's my vote.
We were on Zach's stream earlier, and he was saying that they had a guy who knows the people that made it or some shit, and they were saying that the reason they went so hard on having Miss Marvel in it was because the person who created the comic Miss Marvel was fucking like one of the executive producers.
Was it really like the original one? Because there's been like 13 rewrites of this fucking comic. I think it came into production like late 2000s, and then it's been rebooted with like maybe the longest run being like 8 issues. It's a failing comic over and over and over again. The character doesn't work. The premise doesn't work. The show didn't work. The fucking movie didn't work. And they're like, look, let's throw into Daredevil. That doesn't work. And now they're like, let's throw into the Avengers. This isn't going to work. But they're weighing it down with all these other characters. So let me go through some of these characters just because somebody wanted to go over it. But also at the same time, I did put it in the thumbnail, so why not? So at first, obviously, we have Chris Hemsworth. Obviously, Anne of the North here is a big fan. I think we're all kind of.
I'm a big fan of his body.
Thor. Yeah.
I'm shallow.
Which is the right answer. That's the right answer. Like, yes, the character has done technically, what is it, 4 movies, and
he plays Thor, right?
Yeah, and all 4 movies, it's the same thing. It's like I lose my power, I lose my identity, and I need to find myself. That's all 4 movies. That's what he does in every single goddamn movie. Every single movie he does that. That's his whole character arc. Apparently, is just like I lose myself and find it again. I lose it and find it again.
To be honest, I think they could do like 90 minutes of him working out, and I think they'd fill the theater.
Yeah, I mean, that's why people. That's why a lot of people tuned in.
Beat up some guys. Yeah,
that's why people tuned into like Arrow and stuff to watch. And Stephen Amell do the fucking that bellhop. What's that one called? It's like the pull up fucking. What is that machine called? It's not even a machine. It's like you use the bar and then you like the ladder climb. It's like no, it's called a ladder climb. So you're holding onto a bar and then you do a pull up and then you release it and then you grab onto the next one up. It's like a ladder ring, and it's just like do. He's doing that and he's ripped to the nines. You know he
sure is.
He's in great shape, but that's why people watch that, and they're like more likely females. But at the same time. It's like a running joke where when guys see that, we're not like, oh my God, look at that guy. We're like, oh my God, I need to become that guy. You know, that's the difference. Like females are like, I want to be with that guy. Guys look at that and are like, I want to become like that guy. So women look at me like that. That's the difference,
really?
You know?
When you guys watch an action movie, that's what you think? Really?
Well, hell yeah. It's like, I want to be the guy swinging the big sword, killing the big boss. Of course, every guy sees that in the back of their mind, even if they're like, you know, overweight at 40 and there's like, I need a wheelchair to get around, or like, yeah, I could have done that in my 20s. I could have done it. Yeah, that was
been
me.
A contender.
Like, if only this titty fat didn't get the way of these massive biceps I have. I could have swung that sword. I could do it. And you're like, what? You sound like Batman with asthma and a wheelchair, and you're fucking struggling with Skittles. Like, get out of here! Like, what are you doing?
Take your Ozempic.
Yeah. Our generation is going to be 70 and still watching Dragon Ball Z, thinking about turning Super Saiyan.
Dude, yeah, could you imagine like our generation's fucking old people's homes? You're gonna just hear like somebody sound like they're powering up, but it's gonna be them literally trying to take a shit for like 3 hours.
Nice.
And like they'll finally do it, and it will sound like it blew up a planet, but like it's gonna be brutal.
When the dementia sets in, and like the doctors are saying, it's like Cypax, you only have 7 months to live, and you're like. Looks like I'm gonna have to surpass my limits.
Yeah, they can be throwing bedpan fucking bedpans at people and be like dimension expansion, blah, and you're like, oh God.
I love it. I love it.
It's like
I love it.
Your grandfather's got to stop fighting the staff. He's got to stop fighting the orderlies.
I love it. I love it. That would be the most exciting nursing home going around. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, we're kind of setting ourselves up for like whoever finally hopefully starts taking over some of these production studios and everything. They're going to be obviously a little bit older now. It's going to be people like our age or whatever who are a little bit older, who have the fucking actual proper humor that needs to be in some of these comedy situations. And they're going to take this kind of humor and like run with it. And might finally get a good comedy in about like 6 years. I would say about like 6 years. It's going to take a while to like flush some of these people out.
Sure.
So, anyways, obviously Chris Hemsworth, we kind of already knew was going to be there. Vanessa Kirby is obviously she's Invisible Woman. So we haven't seen how she is yet in Fantastic Four. So, but I mean, this is the other thing about them releasing this list so early is that shows kind of like this some of the suspicions that some of us have had about the ideas of Fantastic Four, that it sounds like Galactus is going to win and is going to push the Fantastic Four into the 616 universe. So, right? Would you agree with that, Andy? Like, doesn't that kind of sound like that? It sounds like they're just confirming that, because also like Pedro Pascal's in there, other fantastic. I don't know. Yeah, Joseph Quinn's in there. So there's like the Fantastic Four sounds like they're in here.
Yeah, the only one I don't see is
and then of course Doom. So it sounds like those theories of them getting blasted into the 616 and the universe, the actual MCU that we know. That sounds like they're just confirming that before the goddamn movie drops, which I think is fucking retarded.
Do you see what's the actor's name? Eben Moss? Oh, wait, he is there. So yeah, the entire Fantastic Four is going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is, I mean, great and all, but at the same time, all that does is confirm that literally none of them die, which stop doing that. Stop telling us nobody dies.
Yeah, you need to go watch this film. It's very important, but they're all going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Hey, look, this world-ending event, this world eater, this thing that comes and destroys planets. By the way, all the characters that are in it, they're all alive. Like, why are you telling us this? What are you doing? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, for like every character that like is exciting to have on here, there's also ones that I'm like, bro, like no, like I don't want to see female Black Panther again.
No, exactly. I'll go a little bit quicker with some of these. So we got Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie. We obviously just saw as a failed Captain America.
Yeah,
that obviously nobody cared. That movie failed pretty bad. Like, it's not making any money. There's some people who kind of liked a couple scenes in it. Look, I'll give you, if you want me to, I'll give you that. I guess there's some okay scenes in it. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but at the same time, I also don't remember most of that movie. I don't care. You got Sebastian Stan, who probably should have been fucking Captain America, who is the only character that most people actually were probably semi-excited about to see in Captain America, again, as the Winter Soldier. We got him again. Letitia Wright, which I believe is Shuri, right?
Yeah.
So Shuri, who is female Black Panther, which I thought was a dumbass choice to put in here, because they've been kind of floating around the idea of giving us Black a Black Panther. So,
I thought he was dead. Isn't Black Panther dead?
Yeah, but they said they were going to recast him.
So the thing is like a lot of people were talking about they should have recasted him, because it is technically like it's one of the more iconic Black heroes that has been thrown out there, and Black Panther was so well received as a movie. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman did a really great job as him and everything, and then people were like, well, you can't just recast him, blah blah blah. But it's like now they're dealing with this multiverse universe bullshit, other things, but at the same time you could have just recasted him. But in Black Panther 2, they killed him off, which like they literally gave him a funeral and stuff. So it's like, what are you doing? It's kind of stupid. But so they're giving us female Black Panther, which a lot of people rejected. So far it's been, so I mean, if you go by it, it's like, so you got a rejected Thor with Chris Hemsworth, because the last Thor movie was pretty much rejected. We all like Thor, but the last one was fucking terrible. We got a rejected fucking Captain America. Sebastian Stan has been usually pretty solid the whole time. Like, he's just like the middle ground, you know? He's like a centrist in all this.
He's just been underutilized.
Yeah, he hasn't been used correctly, like other than since like Civil War. Civil War was great. Then you get Letitia Wright, which is a rejected freaking Black Panther or whatever. So you got like 4 people who nobody really gives a shit about already. That's I believe this is the list in the order that they released it on the surprise thing. Like, surprise, we got all the characters nobody gives a shit about, right? That's kind of what
Nobody
they
likes that Captain America guy. He's a jerk.
well, not the new one, yeah, at all. But then we
Yeah.
get Paul Rudd. Look, so people like Paul Rudd, but then again, his last movie,
Yeah.
Ant-Man 3, another reject movie. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, and I'm tired of seeing Ant-Man, man. Like,
Yeah, he's not that great. Like,
What does he do?
he gets small
What's it? What?
or big.
Ooh,
the initial
he's an
idea
ant,
is
man.
well, the initial idea is he's supposed to be able to become the size of an ant, but still retain the same power as a human.
Which is impressive because, like,
Which that would be impressive because an ant hitting you in the knee and or like in the toe or some shit because he's that small.
it's like an
But it's also, but I think what they tried to do it is like, okay, when you grow to the size of an ant, you're actually 100 times your strength, and that's why you become stronger. But that's actually not what his power is.
When he's
What's
big,
his-
does he still only have the strength of a dude?
See,
Would that be funny?
that's why I think the other idea is what they went with, where it's like, oh, now you're 100 times stronger. But if so, then when he like hit freaking what's his name, Warhawk, or is that his name, Warhawk, out of the air? What's his
War Machine.
War Machine. When he hit War Machine out of the air, it's like he would have just destroyed the shit.
That sounds like the stupidest. I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound like a superhero.
His first
Well-
movie was good. I liked it was fun.
The
But
first-
then they tried
First
to like
movie's a
lean
lot
more.
of fun. Yeah, first movie's a lot of fun, and they play around with the powers in a fun way where like there's like the humor actually makes sense with it. Like all of a sudden Thomas the Tank Engine comes out a window, and you're like, all right, that it's clever. It's like a clever kind of stupid humor, and you're like,
So is it like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, but that on crack with superhero powers. But yeah. So we got that. We got Paul Rudd. We got Wyatt Russell, which is what's his name? The
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. Yeah, there you go. U.S. agent, which ended up unironically becoming one of the best characters in the show, who was supposed to kind of be a villain, but he ended up being actually kind of the good guy in their show because they don't know how to write villains, which was crazy. But it also shows, again, they got the Thunderbolts movie coming up, which basically tells you he survives. He survives. So they're telling us that he survives, and Thunderbolts is their next movie.
So I mean, like half the Thunderbolts are in this, by the way.
Yeah, half the Thunderbolts, the
So
full.
that film's gonna be fine too.
Exactly. Now, this guy's name, Ebon Moss Bachrick. Is that
That's,
the Thing?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, that's the guy who plays the Thing. So that's the Fantastic Four guy. So we haven't seen the Fantastic Four movie, but again, we know that now he lives. We got Simu Liu, who, Jesus Christ, nobody gives a shit about. Nobody's
nobody
cared.
wants to see Shang-Chi.
Nobody wants to see Shang-Chi in a movie. Again, nobody cared. Like, none of these characters, there's some characters that are coming up that people will be like, okay, that's cool. But this is crazy that we're, I would say like 90% of this list is a whole lot of who gives a shit, which is insane.
You know how people have been saying that they feel like there's potentially too many characters in the Superman film? Feels like Marvel's like, fuck that, watch this.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling that the whole time, and I'm like, oh man, dude, Fan Rant Thursday is gonna be crazy. I didn't know I was gonna do this tonight, let alone that you'd be on here to talk to me about it. But I was like reading this list and then like going on about it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull up this list, and okay, let's get into it, because what are we doing here? Because it doesn't seem great at all. So obviously Simu Liu, not great. Florence Pugh, I think people are pretty indifferent about her. Like, people like her. She's a decent actress. We don't really care that she's a Black Widow agent.
Yeah.
She just got thrown into something, and she's probably doing okay. But I literally don't care anything about her character.
They
That's the
should have
problem.
used her for a character that's more powerful, but could be more relevant.
Definitely, yeah, because she's a good actress, but giving her this, it's like, hey, just take over as this other character. Like,
Yeah.
what? Which they did with a kind of a bunch of these characters, kind of. And then Kelsey Grammer.
It's a beast.
So we got Beast.
Kelsey
who was at the-
Grammer, Frasier's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frasier's beast.
Kelsey Grammer, like he was Beast in the end of the Marvels movie. Like there was a cameo scene where they get thrown in basically to the universe. It sounds like they got. It's gonna show why they got shown or got thrown into the 616 universe, which makes me wonder. I'm
Is,
actually not seeing
Monica
that.
Rambeau in this?
That's what I'm wondering. What's her name?
Fuck, nobody knows.
Is it Rebecca Romijn? Is that her name?
No,
that's
that's
kinda-
Rebecca Romaine. That's Mystique from the original X-Men films.
It's Romaine. Okay. Yeah. Oh, they got the original Mystique back. That's kind of cool. See, we're about to get to some of the characters that are like these are actually cool announcements. So Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, whatever. Lewis Pullman.
Yeah, that's Bill Pullman's son. That's Sentry.
Okay, yeah. So Bob,
Wow.
which means that they don't kill Bob in Thunderbolts. Like another character who survives Thunderbolts, the next upcoming movie, right? So a bunch of the characters from Thunderbolts are in here, and the main bad guy / kind of like one of the like Marvel's Superman is also in this movie. Which another reason I think that this is a dumb freaking idea to release this. You're almost telling us not to watch Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what are you doing? This is insane. This is absolutely insane to do this and be like, check out who's coming next, who's also in literally our next movie in like about a month from now. What are you doing? And then we got Danny Ramirez.
Who's
Danny
that?
Ramirez. Who is Danny Ramirez? Why? Let's see here. Danny Ramirez. Marvel.
The list wouldn't make me want to go see it. I'll tell you that right now. And the fact that you all know how they're
that's
going to live
fucking
and if they're
Falcon.
not going to
It's
live.
the new Falcon, you're right.
Is the new Falcon. Oh no.
Boo.
Oh no. No. Why? Okay, we'll skip that. Let's go to Joseph Quinn. Okay, Jesus. We get from Danny Ramirez to Joseph Quinn,
Human Torch.
which is the Human Torch. Yeah. So again, now we've gone through all four. We've gone through all the Fantastic Four, which makes sense for a movie called Doom. If you or Doomsday, like so, we kind of already knew they're going to be there. That's fine. Those are all obvious, but to release them all slow like that, I mean, that alone, releasing the name of a movie called Doomsday before a movie called Fantastic Four kind of tells you that the Fantastic Four are going to live, which is why all the speculation of them getting pushed into this universe makes sense. But then to say this about this movie with all these other characters who are in a universe that don't they're not all in the same universe, it's confirming a lot of the theories that are out there. I mean, that or they're going to just throw some fucking ton of bullshit at the wall and try to make it stick. And we got David Harbour, who's the Red Guardian, who's also in the Thunderbolts.
So, like, literally nobody that you could care about from Thunderbolts is going to die.
Yeah. Any of the characters you thought you liked beforehand, they're all still alive.
They're fine.
Yeah. And then we get Winston Duke, who's actually one of my favorite characters in Black Panther, you know. Umbabe. Or whatever. like, that guy's great. I think he should have fucking been Black Panther. That guy's big enough. Like, it would have been intimidating. Let's do it. Make him Black Panther. I don't give a shit. We got Hannah John Kamen. Why am I blanking on that name? Probably
This
gonna
photo should have had pictures on this.
Yeah. Hannah John Common is she's a ghost. That's Ghost. So Ghost lives. There you go. So there goes my theory about Ghost killing fucking what's his name? Killing Sentry. Or at least she might stop him, but doesn't kill him. There you go. Oh my god. Tom Hiddleston, of course, is Loki. You can't kill him. Now we're finally onto some characters that people probably were not actually expecting, but definitely should be here in some capacity. Except I'm not sure if they should have used these actors, and I love these actors, but aren't these guys pushing like 90? Like
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, yeah.
So we got Patrick Stewart coming back as Professor X, right? Professor X is coming back, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we saw him, he got obliterated, right? Have you ever seen that edit where like he comes down on his like chair and then he like grinds?
Yeah. Yes.
I wish I had it on deck right now because it's just like and they hit some sick music and I'm like, all right, this is just perfect, right? So he's coming back. So of course, if you have him coming back, of course you need Ian McKellen, right? I mean, those guys literally go hand in hand. So obviously now we get Magneto back. See, these are good announcements. These are great announcements where you're like, okay, fine. The problem with it is we haven't had the X-Men or any of this really established properly, other than unless you use Deadpool as something that established it. So why are we super excited? What state are they in? What year are they in? What is happening? Because if we're going off the X-Men timeline, wasn't this around the time when they were like going back in time to fix some of the shit? Like,
yeah.
So none of that makes sense.
Teasing the chat. He's like, we talking the casting? I thought he was going to bed.
Yeah, I told
He
you.
left us all for a shrimp.
We talking the casting? Yes, we're talking the casting, man.
And
That's what I thought we were gonna do on your stream, man. Like that's what I was waiting. But all right. Let's see here. We got Ian McKellen. We got Alan Cumming, whatever you want to say. Let's see here. Which character did he play again? Why am I blanking on it? He's playing Nightcrawler. Oh, that's right. Oh, shit. That's right. That's the guy who played Nightcrawler. Okay. Nightcrawler's dope. That's cool to have him back. If it's the same exact guy, Nightcrawler was dope. He had like one of the sickest openings in a fucking MCU movie ever.
Yeah.
That shit was badass.
He's legitimately 60 now, though.
He's what?
He's 60 years old now.
Jesus.
That's what I mean. Like, who's the young actors? They're all
CGI in this. The CGI in this is going to be insane and probably insanely bad. Like, there's no way that they make all these old ass people be able to do the superhero shit. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, you just got to be like, guys, come on. Like, we can't just. I mean, unless you're dropping what $500 million into this for all these actors to make them all run like Daredevil does in freaking episode fucking 6 when he's like glitching around all stupid. Yeah. Come on, nobody wants to see that shit. What are you doing? What? The
budget for this is going to be enormous.
It has to be. I mean, just the actors alone looks ridiculous. How much time are these people going to get? Is it just going to be random group shots of people? What is happening?
I was just thinking that because if you give each one of them like even 60 seconds of dialogue, well, that's half the film right there.
Well, that's the thing. They're announcing them as like parts of this story instead of being like cameos, which you don't usually announce the cameos, which is crazy. So it's like, oh, you're all kind of a part of this whole story. What is happening? And like, is there a show that's coming out that we haven't heard of yet? Is there like a filler X-Men movie to explain some of these X-Men connections? Is there a filler TV show that you guys are hiding in the background that you're going to drop and really just give us like a random sneak attack that's going to be fucking awesome and actually fill in some of this? Because like my friend was even saying, he's like, dude, I don't give a shit about any of this. I had like, 3 phases to watch with and then it all built up and there's so many connections. He was even like, even in the bad movies, there was little connections in the bad movies to make sense for the big, like, the Avengers movies. And I was like, even this guy is paying attention who doesn't give a shit about any of this like we do. And this guy's catching all that. Like, what do you think people who actually care about this talk about it, report on it? A lot of these people who read the comics and all this other stuff, who've been watching this like religiously almost for fucking 25 years, are going to think about this. This is not great.
Yeah, I think it's a big mistake. To bring in the Fox X-Men for this doesn't make any sense.
No, like when I first
Not
read
without
it,
like a movie or something like to tie in.
exactly. That's what I'm like. They almost need to drop like a secret project. Like, ta-da! Check this shit out, and like just slip us something crazy. It was like, hey, like this Daredevil was pretty C-grade. Have you ever tried S-Class X-Men? And you're like, what? Like, I definitely want to cut that up and snort that immediately. Yes. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Also, like Cyclops is dead in that X-Men universe.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going off this timeline, like what is happening? Are they going to do another like smashing of timelines? Because that almost seems like what they got to do. Like, does Galactus destroying the Fantastic Four's universe cause a ripple in time that all these worlds collide together and now all these people specifically end up in this timeline? Like, what? That's the only thing that they're going to be able to play off of, right? Because they got no other cards to play.
Bro, what if it's like a secret Deadpool movie?
Oh my God. If Deadpool randomly shows up, like they might be able to pull that one off.
To like
He's just
pipe
out
in
there
the
just
X-Men.
talking shit and he kills them all. Like, it's like if they do Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, if they do that, that actually might be oddly genius. I mean, people would be fucking pissed, but it might be kind of genius on their part. Be like, here, they should have done it on the last one kind of thing.
Look at that statement. No characters are confirmed yet. Of course, there's every chance some familiar faces could pull a RDJ. Bro, they could fuck shit up really bad with this. Like if they get too cute and they start like trying to have some like the X-Men actors like play other characters in like a new MCU role.
Well, I have a feeling they're kind of doing that because of shit like Zegler just did, where it's like, yeah, we had her cast, and then any of this huge list of freaking people we have right here, like, what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You got 28 fucking people that they announced. 28 people. Like, even if you just paid each one of and you already know Robert Downey Jr. is getting $45 million, right? So, like, because he's getting $90 million for 2 movies. So he's getting $45 million. If even each one of them only got fucking $2 million, just that budget alone right there is $135 million. Like,
Yeah, those guys aren't working for $2 million. No way.
no. Some of those
No way,
actors,
Jose.
5 to 10. Like, this either is going to be fucking super low budget with like horrible graphic, like that, or this budget's going to be $600 million goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
and so Channing's going to be Gambit then.
yeah, Channing's Gambit. We got Pedro Pascal, who's the last Fantastic Four member, and then Robert Downey Jr., who's obviously Doom.
Yeah,
Like,
there's like it feels like there's a missing film there. Like, how do you just show up and have like?
Well, it seems like they're banking on Fantastic Four being the missing film, but I feel like there's a missing film in between that even. Because Fantastic Four, from what I understand, they've even cut the time down to where it might only be like an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes. And it seems like with all these characters here, with all this to explain, you're going to have this, you're going to have Ironheart, and then you're going to have Wonder Man, and that's going to explain what the fuck leads to Doomsday, because nothing else has been announced, right? Like, I haven't heard anything else. So you're telling me Fantastic Four leads to Doomsday? That's what it sounds like. That seems like what's in the zeitgeist right now, which sounds fucking insane. That sounds insane to me.
It literally says it all leads to Doomsday. If you go down, they have this picture of all the chairs.
There's also some very interesting absent names here, or the many returning Fox X-Men stars. There's no Famke Janssen or Halle Berry as Jean Grey or Storm, and there's no Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds as Wolverine. Wait, they're putting this.
Well, Ryan
they're
Reynolds is
putting
in
this.
some trouble right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Can he
yeah,
do stuff?
His wife did. Well,
Hugh Jackman and
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds as Wolverine or Deadpool. Only Hemsworth and Downey are returning as the original Avengers cast. We're like, where's Strange? What happened to Doctor Strange? Why isn't Strange here? Where's
Yeah,
Wanda?
he was cool. I like him.
Where the fuck is Wanda? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, where's Captain Marvel? Where's Miss Marvel? Where there's other character? I mean, shit. I'm actually surprised. Why isn't Miss Marvel casted in this? Because they just did the whole thing with fucking Daredevil about it. They did a whole episode basically praising the shit out of her, or like,
Where's Tom Holland's not in this, huh?
yeah, where's Spider-Man? Spider-Man's a huge part. Well, I don't know if he's a huge part of Doomsday, but he's a huge part of Secret Wars. So what the hell's going on? It's like these are the confirmed cast, and that's 28 people already, and probably half of these nobody wants to see. What are you talking about? No War Machine? Yeah, somebody just said that.
Yeah,
How many
no
characters-
Samuel L. Jackson. I thought he was the guy with the patch. Isn't he the patch
Yeah,
guy?
that's Nick Fury. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds pretty beta.
I mean, it sounds like Andy was just saying. I mean, it sounds like there's a movie missing. I would say there's probably about like fucking 6 movies missing. Like there's like arcs missing here. There's a whole lot of things missing here. Sounds like they're just going to go from a big event to another big event, because the last 2 movies that made them any money were like big event style movies, which was Spider-Man, freaking No Way Home or whatever. And then they had Deadpool and Wolverine, which was like a big event with a ton of cameos. And we've made jokes, like everybody's made jokes about how, oh, it's going to be cameo. And now they just gave us a movie with basically almost 28 fucking cameos.
And
What
then
is
someone
going on?
said that there's going to be more people announced. DK just said that. More people? My God. It looks like they're just throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks. It's like, oh, we like this guy. We like this guy. And it's way too much.
Even if you gave each one of these characters even 1 minute apiece, okay, that's 28 minutes. That's 30 minutes. 30 minutes of the movie is just 1 minute for each character.
Yeah.
That's what I
That's
mean.
it.
You can't even get involved in the characters. If there's
like,
so
is
much
this movie gonna
chaos
be
going
fucking
on,
13
can you
hours
follow
long?
the
What are you doing?
story? It just sounds like chaos.
It sounds ridiculous is what it does.
Yeah, and like
Wow.
outside of the Fantastic Four, I don't think any of these characters can like progress a story along, because most of the characters
Yeah.
they're announcing have to either explain why the fuck they're there, so their whole story is like how is Magneto here, or it's like, Thor, like how do you have to like undo damage to his character, like, and that just takes away from screen time.
Yeah, you have to undo the damage to the characters. That, or maybe something to do with Galactus. This is the only way. I'm trying to justify this in some type of way, right? Like, I'm just trying to grasping at straws here. So Galactus destroys the Fantastic Four universe, which is clearly not the 616. Obviously, we know that from the trailers. So by doing that, does he smash into the other universes because he eats this planet? And by doing that, it collides the other ones and causes a chain reaction. And now they all have to fight Doomsday for some reason. But why are they fighting Doom and not Galactus? Like, what is...
Yeah.
It feels like there's way too much to explain. going
Yeah,
on.
it's like way too many
And, like,
storylines, way too much going on. This
And
is
is
like
there-
3 soap operas in one.
it's like a goulash of all the things you don't want to happen. And
Yeah.
there you go. It's like, hey, yeah, guys, look, we got cherries and lemonade, but also, have you thought about throwing mashed potatoes into the Kool-Aid? It's like,
Yeah, it's like
no,
one of those
motherfucker, what are you
Jello
talking about?
salads. Nobody likes it. No one likes
No.
a Jello salad.
no,
Nobody.
and guess what? You're never getting invited back to the cookout. You're just
You
not.
are not with that Jello salad. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't think this is going to work. It sounds like just a mess.
Well, like
I mean,
T's always talking about, like, the younger people are, like, the more likely they're to, instead of watching like movies, they go and they watch content on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think this year's gonna be bad. Like, especially if this is like the energy Marvel's bringing, like, it's gonna hurt all superhero films.
Is this coming out this summer? Is this a this summer
No.
movie?
I believe this is 20. Is it 2026? The end of 2026, or is it 2027?
So a couple of years.
7. But like you said, they've already like spoiled the 2 superhero films. Like,
Yeah. So you have the
Secret
next.
Wars is-
The next two Marvel movies that are coming out is going to be Thunderbolts, which a bunch of the characters in the Thunderbolts are on this list. So they
like,
don't die. They're here,
literally the only one that's not is what, Taskmaster?
which everybody already assumed dies because you don't even see her enough in the trailer when they go up the elevator. Like they tell you she dies in the trailer,
And 0 people care.
and nobody cared because everybody hated that casting.
Yeah.
And then you got Fantastic Four, which all of them are there. Even Doom is there. Like, so all the characters in these next 2 movies that are coming out, there's no consequence now. That you don't care at all now. You just announced that, hey, these next 2 movies, don't care about them, other than there might be something here to connect a reason that we're even making this bloated piece of shit. Because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be fucking just cameo fucking brutality in your face. And I can't imagine them pulling it together, because there's nothing to pull together, because there's, at least with phase 1, 2, and 3, like the strings were there, the attachments were already there, and somebody just had to take the little ends of them and like connect it, and then keep going on with the characters that were already built for you. None of these characters have been built for you, unless you bring them from franchises that some of the characters you might want to see, we haven't seen in 10, 15 something years. And the kids that'll be watching this don't know who the fuck these characters are. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. I do not get it. Like, announcing this many characters and this being your big announcement. I think the smarter thing would have been to do is like, here's our secret X-Men movie that we're releasing in 2026 that can actually bring some of this together. And then, I mean, I still wouldn't have hope for this movie, I'm not going to lie, but I would have a little bit more hope, and it would actually maybe be able to finally justify why some of the X-Men have been here and maybe find a way to, so they've been here, but also tell us why they haven't been here the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, why have they not been helping?
Yeah, it's like, you have all these people. You have somebody who can control minds. You have somebody who can control the magnetic force of the earth.
Yeah,
and
Ray can control matter.
like-
She should like literally just fix all the problems.
Yeah, just come in with the Phoenix Force and erase like the Chitauri. Like, what are you talking about? Like these things. These are the questions that people who give a shit about this are going to be asking. And it's like, unless I have a feeling they really think people just are like, visual spectacle will blow away people's minds enough to they won't ask questions. And it's like, no, I'm going to ask questions. Like even Rockefeller right there. Like even if you bring in Loki, well, now you're bringing in the TVA. The TVA is ridiculous if you think about it. Like they have freaking Infinity Stones in some of their office drawers. What are you talking about? These people are ridiculously strong. Why aren't they here? Like, what are you...
You know what? I think they're trying to appease everybody, and they're gonna please nobody. That's what I feel like they're just
Exactly.
throwing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Here, nerds. Here, nerds. Just take all the characters, take them all into one, and just you're gonna like it. I think that's what they're doing. I think they're just trying to please the nerds and throw all the characters and just hoping that you guys will watch it. It doesn't seem there's. I mean, how much of a story can you make if you have like 30 main characters? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, like I said, even if you give them a minute apiece, that's 28 minutes. Like what
Right.
which is
But you
like
can't
even
develop a
at
story in 30 minutes.
even at a 2-hour movie, that's 1/4 of your movie. Like quarter of your movies,
Right.
each one of these characters, that doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
Like so T says, you know what I don't understand is when somebody posts something and they don't say who the original material is from, say like a movie scene. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. And then he says, and they joke in the comment section instead of giving me the information.
Oh, he's talking about someone.
Is there
somebody?
Is there somebody in the comment section joking on you? I mean, my bad. I didn't catch the context of that. I just saw the big post from him, but sorry, I'm just drinking and talking shit on Marvel. But
I don't know. This is a mess. That's what I mean. Like they just seem to be just throwing like all these characters just more and more. Like, don't you guys have comic book fatigue? Like of this, like they keep coming up with this crap like all the time. Like, make one good movie a year. Make one good movie, and I can guarantee you people will go see it.
Fatigue. It's not comic book fatigue. It's not comic
or comic hero fatigue, whatever.
It's not. There's not really a fatigue of that. It's a fatigue of bad story writing, and what comes about that is because there's so many people out there who are like I don't read a ton of comics, but I've read a decent few of them. And I read more books than I do comics and whatever.
Okay.
But at the same time, like the way that they portray these books and comics and stuff, you just get sick and tired of seeing them bastardize some of the stuff that gone out of your way to not only buy but then read and then love and then invest money into the memorabilia and everything about these things. And you do all this, and then they're like, hey, we're finally making a movie about the thing that you've gone out of your way to invest not just money in the book for, but all the memorabilia and all this. You've invested more money than probably other people have with their Wikipedia searches. And then you sit there and you throw out a real grievance towards it, which is, hey, I don't like this thing, and it doesn't live up to it. It's not that it doesn't live up to your expectations. It doesn't even live up to the expectations of what the book told you it is, right? So it's like, sure, even when you read it, like you could still have a different interpretation of what you read, but it's like you're still not even giving me what the book said it did. Like the book said it did this. Why am I getting something different? Like, why am I getting something so drastically different? I don't even fucking recognize it. Why are you getting to the point where there's people who have had so many figurines and books and whatever, and people are like, I'm done with this. I'm selling my collection. Why are you getting those? Why are these people coming out like that? It's not like you had one bad thing. You've had so many bad things in a row that this is happening on. I don't want to say it's a grand scale, because the problem with it being on a grand scale is there's not enough people that want to buy all that crap from you, because everyone else who would want to buy that shit either already has it, or they also know that shit fucking tanked too. So you devalued everything that I got from you. Like
Tizo was talking about, like the toys.
It's like tanking your stock. It's like going out of your way to tank your stock almost. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, it just seems ridiculous. Like it's just like, I just remember like you go and you watch Superman, and it's all the Superman characters, so you know the story, even if you never read the book, you never watched the show. As a non-comic person, you can still enjoy the movie, right? But like this, it's like, oh, he's from this universe. This, like, I like my brain would explode trying to watch this stupid movie. Like it just doesn't seem to. That's what I mean. It's like they're trying to throw everything together to get people to watch it, but I think they're just going to really turn off the fans.
That's the other thing that they stopped kind of doing, where it's like like when you make a number 2 movie, a number 3 movie, say Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, like you don't really have to actually know who the character is originally. Like you don't need to know the full backstory to understand that this guy's a hero. And like say with Iron Man
was
2,
great.
like, oh, he's a hero. Obviously, he has a super suit. Like, ta-da, he's a hero. And now, oh shit, he's going through alcoholism. He's going through a problem here. Like you can put those together pretty simply. You don't need like a ton of extra context to deal with that and then realize, oh, I'm going to battle over this and get over that. You can still respect that story as a standalone story without knowing the first story. They stopped doing that. Like they've got to the point where you need to know every single character here to appreciate what the fuck we're doing, which is
that's ridiculous because you turn off the regular audience, like just regular normies.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be able to show this movie to my mom and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I got all of that." Like, no, it's like with this many characters, I don't have faith. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have faith in anybody that would be able to pull something like this off. With what's going on in the studios right now, is there one person you could sit there and look at and be like, "You got this, dude"? It's only 38 fucking characters that you got to meld their stories together to make it all make sense. You got this, dude, and they're all going to be on screen. Like, what are you talking about? It's insane. Most people can't even do it with 2 to freaking 5. What are you talking about?
I mean, this whole thing is like banking on the idea that you're gonna know and care.
Yeah.
Who like the X-Men from the Fox universe were. So when they show up on screen, you're not just like, who the fuck's this dude?
Yeah, I mean, what they're going to actually be banking on is, and this is probably going to be the only thing that even, and we'll see it. We'll see it on Twitter. We'll see it. They're all going to show up in like fucking pure-on comic accurate fucking outfits. That's the only way you're going to be able to tell. They're going to come out in like full, like straight out of the comic outfits. That, I mean, if they don't, that's even stupider. But that's going to be the only way everyone's going to be like, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. Because they're going to look like you're playing a freaking X-Men Street Fighter game.
Or like you're playing Marvel Rivals, yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, look, right out of the video game, man. That's the one that I play on the weekend with my 7-year-old friend. And like, because I'm also 9. I'm also 9 years old. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like the kind of craziness or the loops that they're gonna have to jump through to get this to work is it's insane. Like I honestly do not get it. I don't know what they're thinking. And like I said, the only thing that they need to have like almost a secret movie up their sleeve, because it can't be a TV show. All their TV shows fail and nobody watches them. We got Daredevil out right now. Nobody's even watching it. Even if you semi kind of like what's going on, it still has terrible ratings. It just does.
Yeah. I don't even know what the newest ratings for it are. I'm assuming it's terrible because they're not talking about it anymore.
Well, after 3 and 4, like even, we us and DA were talking about like, hey, we're kind of fucking done with this. And then 5 happened. And, I think most of us were on the same page when I was saying, look, the only reason I think we were all kind of saying this, look, they're releasing 5 and 6 at the same time because they knew 5 was going to be a complete piece of shit. And people out there trying to defend 5 is ridiculous because everybody knows they released 6 because they released 5 and 6 at the same time because they knew 5 was so fucking bad. They knew watching it in the order that they released it, that 5 was going to be like the, oh my God, I'm done point. I'm absolutely done. Think if they released 5 and only 5, tell me right now that we would not all have been like, I'm fucking done.
Done.
100%.
Yeah, a guy we were talking to earlier said that they had these other they abandoned half the script or whatever and they did rewrites, and he said episode 5 is the only one that they aired as is from the original. Like that's what the whole show is going to be.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's like while you're watching it and everything, you just kind of feel like this is it feels like it's not the same show. Like as you're watching,
because it's 2 separate crews of writers.
It's not only that, but it's like the editing. It feels like they edited in 2 different things. like different parts and stuff, and they tried to do a mishmash. That's why even at the end, like the end of the 6th episode, like say when Muse or when the little girl's walking through the tunnel, like it seems like they filmed that on their own, where they're like, "Oh, we need you to walk through this tunnel," and then all of a sudden, the next time you see her, Muse just has her. You don't see a scene of him actually grabbing her and like kidnapping her. You just hear some music. You don't see him actually grab her and like kidnap her. It just cuts to him having her because they were like, "Oh shit, we need to fill in this blank. We need to fill in this blank." It feels like they went out of their way to do a lot of these fill in the blank moments, and these cuts are so fucking bad and they're janky. Where I'm like, dude, I can't edit for shit, and I'm seeing this. What do you? Why can I see that? I shouldn't. This should blend in for someone like me. I don't.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because the guy was saying that maybe they were trying to go down the angle of having her become the White Tigress, right? But that's the original script, is to like make it about her, Kamala Khan, and stuff. And because then they brought in the people from Netflix to fix it up, and they're like, "We can't do this. Nobody's going to watch it." And so that he was like, maybe when she went down there, that was supposed to be her story arc of like putting on the amulet and like turning into like White Tigress and beating his ass. But they're like, that's not going to fly. And so they just cut it and just turned her into the victim. Which would kind of be like you're saying, like it's just, she goes down there with a mission, cut to, she's on the table.
Well, I'm wondering like if they cut a scene where like when she goes to the morgue, where she actually sneaks into the morgue and steals the necklace. You know what I mean?
Like pockets it or something.
Like it's just like, oh, let me at least see my uncle, because she says that. She's like, I want to see him. And it sounds like it would have been like they had to like change that up to where they're like, shit, we can't have this little girl do this because it doesn't go with the rest of the new story we wrote or whatever. But it's like it sounds like they wanted her to be there. Yes, they want her to be there for kind of no other reason than to bitch at Matt. And it's like, okay, but it would have made almost more sense if she did that and he walks away and you just see her kind of sneak in and like do a little swipe move. And I just don't want to have liked that, but at least it would have made sense to where when she gets kidnapped, she's like, all right, let's go. She puts on the necklace. Also would have been like a cheesy girl boss moment. And like maybe she throws down, probably still gets her ass beat because she's a little kid. And then Daredevil saves her and then realizes like, oh, that necklace is actually dope. You got to hold on to this. That actually probably would have been almost a cooler moment, but I don't know, because it seems like they edited it and changed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know about you. I have no faith in this Doomsday movie. I got no faith in the upcoming Marvel stuff. I also don't have much faith in any of this DC stuff coming up, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's so sad because I want to. And if, like I was saying to T earlier, I was like, dude, if you were to talk to me at this time last year and I heard about all the DC stuff and I was like, oh, James Gunn, I was like I've said to you guys, like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do Superman, but whatever, maybe he can pull it off. It was a maybe he can pull it off type of thing. It wasn't like, fuck yeah, James Gunn doing it. No, it was like, maybe. It was one of those. And then now, a year later, I'm like, fuck, dude, all the marketing is shit. All this is shit. Marvel's shit. Everything in DC, like, none of this screams to me where I'm like, I have any faith in anything coming up. And it's like, it's almost depressing to be talking about this kind of stuff because I'm like, I want this to be good, man. I think we all want it to be good, right?
Yeah, for sure. Bro, I don't want to go see a fucking bad movie again. I've seen so many bad movies lately.
Dude, we've been seeing bad movies, bad TV shows, like back to back to back. Like,
you know what it is? I don't think they understand what audiences want to see anymore. Because the stuff that they're pushing, like, I think like Gladiator 2. And like they made that out like this was gonna be this amazing thing, and it's just a miss. Just a big miss. And then like with this casting, it's like, oh, we'll give them all these characters that they liked from before. But it's like, okay, but like where have they been? Like I don't want to just a dump truck movie where you just dump these characters in my lap. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the only thing that I look at this summer that I'm like, they can't fuck it up is like Jurassic World or whatever. It's
I'm thinking maybe 28 weeks later. But I think they 28 years later. No, I could see them actually fucking that one
I
up
can
too.
see them fucking that up really bad. Yeah.
You know why? Because they gave us such a dope trailer.
Yep.
You know what sucks about that is I'm like, dude, I want other studios to give us dope trailers like this. But when I see something that good of a trailer, because I've been seeing some cool trailers, like even the movie Ash. Ash had a cool trailer. The movie was not that great. It was nowhere as good as the trailer was way cooler. Like, why am I seeing trailers that are better than the movies? Like, I'd rather watch your trailer. This is not how these are supposed to go.
There's
So we have a
something
question. Go for it.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say there's something very weird with 28 years later. The fact that like everybody loved the trailer, and like the number one thing, everybody's like, "Holy shit, that's Cillian Murphy," and then they're like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." Like, but it's clearly.
It's clearly him.
Clearly
as a cameo.
him.
Yeah, it's clearly and like it's like a bad cameo, whatever. But the fact that they're throwing a cameo into a fucking zombie movie is weird.
And
Like,
then they're
that
like
is
about
weird.
it, saying no, it's a different actor. It's like an actor who looks like a dead ringer.
Exactly,
and
like
you gave him the same haircut,
like a literal dead ringer.
So it's like, bro, what were y'all planning that you're like upset that people saw it? I mean, you put it in the trailer.
It makes me wonder when they're doing these movies and they're doing these trailers and all this stuff. Is there no one there like that has like, I don't know, just a general sense of movies in general, who's just sitting there looking at it and is like, that sort of looks like so and so from the last movie, right? And they're like, somebody turns to them and is like, "What are you talking about?" And it's like, have you not watched the other movies? Because I feel like these people just they just haven't watched them. They actually don't know or something.
Because I read they were talking about with the trailers, like it's done with like a lot of times marketing teams. It's not even like the directors and shit. And so like I can see a situation where they accidentally, like one of the big surprises that Cillian Murphy is a zombie in it, and they're like, oops, that was like a
and now the whole cast had to play it off like, no, we don't know what you're talking about, we swear. Like,
it's like because somebody didn't watch the originals and didn't realize that's not just like a random zombie, and so they're like, hey dickhead, you can't put that in the fucking trailer, you just spoiled the movie,
dude. Or like in trailers in general where it's like, hey, that's our main fight scene. It's like, yeah, but look at this cool knife slash that happens. It's like, yeah, that's the last fucking knife slash that happens before he kills the bad guy. Why are you putting it in the trailer?
Bro, the one of the worst for that was, I mean, not that the film was good, but for Captain America 4, because like we saw the clips like of them fighting with the cherry blossoms, and then the entire film they keep talking. It's like, we get it. That's where the final battle is going to be. It's with the cherry blossoms. We know, like we see them fighting there.
Like when you show clips of the final fight, that alone is already bad. But then when you show like big kind of your epic parts of the final fights, that's even worse, man. What are you doing? I don't want to see that in your trailer. Like the one that always stands out to me, the most, and it's like the most egregious one was the Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he flips the grate onto the rhino charging him.
Yeah,
that's in the trailer. And it's the very last shot of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is fucking egregious, like, tell me that's not like, that's just not baiting you into being like, dude, he's going to fight the rhino. Like, no, he doesn't. I mean, there's so many movies that do that outside of that, but that one really has always stood out to me. Cause I'm like, it almost like, I think they almost put it on posters and shit. It's like, check out the last shot of our movie. Do you want to watch the rest of it? And like, well, now I know how it's going to end. You fuckers, like, what are you doing?
Well, okay, so let me ask you, when was the last good superhero movie that you went to the theater that you loved? was the last one that you loved? That you were like, yeah.
Either Endgame or
Anybody?
Endgame or Infinity War. One of
And what
those two.
year was that? What year was that? But
I believe Endgame was at 2019, and then Infinity War was
Jeez.
2017.
I mean, that's a long time. That's a long time in between making a good movie and a bad movie.
Yeah.
So that's like 7 years of crap.
I don't know what Andy. What about yourself, man? What do you think about that?
What
So
was the question?
What's the last like superhero movie you saw
That you really loved. That you absolutely loved.
that's like iconic? That we were like, not only that, yeah. Let's go with that because I'll comment afterwards. But.
The last one that was like, I guess, yeah, probably Endgame.
So about 6
Yeah, I
years
mean,
ago,
like,
6, 7
even
years ago.
like the fucking the hammer coming back and going into Cap's hand and like the whole crowd erupting. Like I love that. Those are the movie experiences. That's the reason that you go to the movies for.
Yeah.
You go for experiences like that because when shit like that happens and you're in a room full of a bunch of people you don't know, maybe you're there with like 2 or 3 friends, whatever, maybe you got a group of Marvel friends, great, but still you're in there with like a ton of people you don't know and it's just like the whole crowd erupts. It's like, that is your baseball fan moment when when your favorite player hits a fucking home run. You're like, fuck
yeah, when everyone's like in it together and they'll go or like everyone's like screaming at the same part or laughing at the same part or everyone is excited.
So there's a couple of people in the chat who are saying Deadpool 3. I can agree
I
with
didn't
this.
see it.
I can agree with this to the point where this is my most recent favorite moments because I liked the cameos. But
what year did that come out?
This was like last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally didn't see that.
I
like the first two.
The main reason I'm saying Endgame and Infinity War is because these movies, as soon as I was done with them, I actively was like looking for tickets to find the next showing, like the next day. I was like, I'm going to watch this 2 to 3 to 4 times because I want to experience this in the big screen and I want to remember this in the big screen. Yeah. When I saw Deadpool Wolverine, I was like, okay, I liked that. Like my favorite parts about that were the cameos for a few seconds. Where, I was like, these are dope, these are awesome. And I enjoyed the movie. And then I saw it literally the next day. So and it was not because I wanted to see it. It was a little bit more my friend. Like I went on my own. He was supposed to go with me, and I was like, "Fucking, I'm seeing it because I want to get it over with." And then I was like, "Okay, I actually had a good time. I'm gonna go in the next day." I literally watched it the next day, and I was like disappointed. Like when even the crowd reaction with a new crowd with people who probably have not seen it yet because I saw it on opening day. The crowd reaction wasn't the same. It wasn't as big. It wasn't whatever.
Really.
And I was like, okay, the diminishing returns on this is already setting in. But with Infinity War and Endgame, those cheers lasted every single goddamn time I went to those movies. Right. Every single time those moments happened, everybody was like, because it was like a 15-year buildup, It's like, oh shit, here's your release. And you're like, all right, I'm satisfied.
If someone says the Batman,
different.
Which one's the Batman? What Batman was the Batman in?
No one's
it's the one with Sparkle Patterson.
What?
Twilight, the guy from Twilight.
Yeah.
They had him as Batman?
Yo, you haven't seen that? Oh man, you're way
out. Lord. He's a They had him as Batman? No way.
The as far as iconic, the trailers for that film were some of the most iconic trailers I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, that's another one that had good trailers. There's great scenes in that movie, but overall, I don't feel that movie's all that great.
When did that one come out?
I feel it has like little to no rewatch value.
What year was that out? I don't even remember anything called the Batman.
22, 21, something like that.
Oh, so that's when COVID was going on. Yeah, I like Christian Bale. I thought he did a good Batman.
Oh, Christian Bale was great. Like the first
Yeah.
two. He was a not only just a decent Batman, like he was a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Like he was like
Yeah, he was
what's
a cool
what's a
Bruce
good
Wayne.
way to put it? What did you say, Andy? Like an 80-20, like 80% Batman, 20% Bruce Wayne. Like he was good with that. Something like that.
Yeah, like he's definitely not nearly as good Bruce Wayne as he is a Batman.
Yeah, he's a great
Is it-
Batman.
He has the one scene that sells him pretty good as the Playboy billionaire. Like in, I believe, was that in the first movie? Yeah. When he shows up with all the hot chicks out of the car, whatever.
Yeah.
He had a really cool car. He had one of the
Oh,
better
yeah.
cars.
Like, which is the point? Like he's in there, he's putting on a facade, which is the point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah,
thing that always gets me about Bale's Batman, and I always joke about it, is because he has that super distinctive mole right next to his goddamn eye. That the freaking mask goes right over it, so his mole would stick out. And I'm like, you telling me like? And there's times where I get it, he's in the dark a lot, but there are times where he's in like full on lighting, and it's like with people who he knows would be around him, and it's like, I only know one motherfucker with a mole right next to their eye like that. Are you kidding me?
I know it's you.
Like,
I've seen that mole before.
I can see that shit, right? Like
I
I'm
don't.
not.
So then, who was the best Batman out of all of them? Then, out of all of them, go way, way back to the '60s. Who was the best Batman? Chat. Does anyone say anything?
Mm,
Who would you guys vote
I mean,
for?
I know a lot of people want to go with Keaton, but
Keaton was pretty cool. He was a pretty cool Batman.
Keaton was like a pretty like he was cool and like a slick Batman, but
But
Yeah.
it's
the
just
problem with that one is obviously he had the not being able to move his neck thing.
Yeah.
So his movements while he's in the costume is very stilted. So he's like,
yeah, the
"Ugh."
costumes were really.
Ugh.
It was really,
he's moving like he's in
plastic.
moving like he's in a mech and stuff, and
Yeah.
like it's one thing
Good
to
point.
remember it, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I remember loving that, and then you rewatch them now, and you see them like I tried to watch like the '89 Batman with like fucking what's his name,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
And
he was a great Joker.
It's so obvious, like it's so obvious he's struggling. He's like,
Yeah,
he's doing these kinda,
those
like,
costumes
super-
were
he's
terrible.
doing these stilted like movements that you get out of an action figure, and you're like, oh man, it's not because the fight scenes would have been bad. It's like he literally just can't move, and it
Yeah,
becomes
yeah.
very, very apparent. But when you're young and you're watching it, you're like, oh dude, he's
Yeah,
throwing
but
down.
that
This is
was
great.
like '89 though. So for like '89, that was pretty badass. And then there was like Tim Burton, I think, directed it, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, he
Tim
directed a
Burton?
few of them, but yes.
Yeah.
But it's very like it's so stilted and whatever. So with knowing how many Batman we have now, I would say the best Batman interpretation I would say is Christian Bale
Hmm.
with what we have right now. Like as far as Batman goes, like he throws down. I think the most like physically accurate one we've seen is Ben Affleck.
I was just about
Like,
to say.
Oh
Like, if
God,
you-
I forgot
like,
about him.
he's the
Like,
most
he
physically
looked-
accurate one, like, but I think the one who throws down the most, like, other than there's that one scene in Batman vs Superman with Ben Affleck, which is
Oh.
all CGI. It's all CGI.
It's awful. I
mean, at least-
I literally left that movie. I was so mad.
Oh no!
It's like,
Ben
I was like,
Affleck
what
looks
is
like
this
Bruce Wayne.
crap? And I just got up and left.
Ben Affleck straight up look like Batman.
He
I was
looks
like,
like a cartoon of
just. I thought he was terrible as Batman. I thought he was awful. Absolutely awful. I couldn't. How many times did he play Batman?
2.
3.
Oh yeah, he was
Really?
in the Flash. He was in the Flash.
Yeah,
But it wasn't a Batman movie though. It was a Flash movie.
He wasn't in any Batman movies.
he never
was
got a
in-
Batman movie. He was in he was in Batman vs Superman, which I guess if
Yeah,
you want to
see,
consider
that
a Batman movie,
That
there
one
you
I
go.
watched.
Which I want to like. That's where they messed up with that whole the Zack Snyder stuff. Where that's where I think like all the Zack Snyder fans or Zack Snyder bros, whatever you want to call them, kind of go off the rails with that shit. They're just like, he does so many great things, and I'm like, the dumbest thing he did was not do a Batman movie after the Superman movie. I think that's one of the dumbest things
Yeah.
he did. If he did that to establish Batman and then did a Batman versus Superman, it probably also would have changed the trajectory of Batman versus Superman, and also could have built on so much more. Like, to just go from Superman to Batman versus Superman to Justice League was a dumb fucking move. That was
Well,
just
yeah,
stupid.
like Warner Brothers were like, we want to catch up to like the decade of work Marvel put in, but we want it like
Within
now.
3 movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
like now. Where's
which-
our Avengers? And it's like, well, you don't get to have that until you've, given every one of these characters a standalone film. They're like, fuck it. And then you get Aquaman comes out after Justice League, which is fucking crazy.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like really releasing freaking Black Widow 5 years after she died. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. Joseph says Adam West. Hey, say what you want, Joseph, but Adam West was the man back in the day. He was really cool. He was a cool cat. And he was on Family Guy. So he was the mayor. He's a great actor. He was like, I think like he really took it in stride. Like, like some of these actors, there's like Rachel Zegler. Like, they take themselves way too seriously, but Adam West didn't take himself seriously at all. Like, that's what made him great. And it was like, bam, pow. Like, it was the 60s. It was fabulous. It was great for the time. It was great for the time.
It ran along with the joke of like the comic stuff.
Yeah, it was just, it was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to, same thing with, Superman, like the first Superman. It was a bit cheesy and stuff, but it was just fun. Like they didn't take it too seriously, which made it fun. Now it's like everyone, they take it way too serious. They take themselves way too seriously. You're an actor. Calm down. Suicide Squad was better than Suicide Squad.
I'm going to go a little bit longer. I think I have one more thing I want to talk about, but I'm going to grab another beer. If you guys want to stick around, that'd be great. I mean, I don't know how much time you guys got. Andy, you're just going to be up anyway.
Make some food quickly while you guys do that, though. But I'm still here.
I'm going to grab a beer, use the bathroom. If people in the chat want to keep around, maybe Ann will keep you entertained. I'm going to finish this beer, use the bathroom. Come back. I got like another thing I might want to talk about. I'm trying to use up the last bit of time I have on StreamYards because apparently you only get so many hours, and I think that 6-hour stream really kind of fucked with me. But in all honesty,
is that per day?
No, you get like a certain amount of hours per month on the free trial. And I think because most of my streams, I tend to always say this, and I even did it with this one. I was like, I'm going to go an hour. And then it always goes to like 2 hours. But that one went to like 6.5 hours or some shit, which was crazy. But, that was the weekend. I can't do it today, but I can go a little bit longer. And also I got like one more beer left. So,
wow, that's the important thing.
I got my priorities in check,
That's right. That's right.
We'll be right back. If you don't want to entertain them, I could play another song.
I don't know if I can listen to music this late. It's kind of loud. It's so loud.
It'll be light music. It'll be scary, but it'll be light.
See, scary. It's scary music. Kristen Nolan is making the Odyssey.
All right, here.
What's the Odyssey?
And talk to the chat. I'll be right back.
I'll talk to the chat. What's the Odyssey? I always think like you Odyssey. What else are you saying? Get Christopher Nolan to Christopher Nolan. He made did he make the Batman? I don't know. You guys are gonna have to tell me. I'm not I gotta say I'm not a nerd scholar. He counted bullets in the gun. Let's talk about Deadpool 3. I haven't seen it yet. Was it good? Is Deadpool 3 worth seeing? Yes, no. Let's see. The Odyssey looks good to me. Is that a superhero movie? I don't know. I have to Google stuff. So Deadpool 3 is Wolverine and Deadpool, right? Do they fight each other or are they friends? See, you're gonna have to tell me because I don't know. Odyssey. Oh, Christopher Nolan made the Bale. Okay. Did he make something else with Christian Bale? Chris Nolan? I know the name. Cyclops. Siren Song. I didn't see Siren Song. Batman. He's making the Odyssey right now. It's worth it. Deadpool 3 is worth it. So Wolverine and Deadpool are in a movie together. What do they do? Like what's the story about? Like who do they go fight? If they're in it together as friends, then who do they fight? Or do they fight each other? And who wins? The Prestige. That was a good movie. Okay, so Christian Nolan did The Prestige, right? Yeah, he's kind of got that that dark kind of undertone, kind of like the way he shoots things. It's like really kind of like dark and a little bit spooky.
I'm back, and also I was hearing what you were talking about, and I have some answers for you. Which one do you like an answer towards first? Because you had questions about the Odyssey, you had questions about
I
Deadpool.
never heard about it.
You don't know the Odyssey?
No.
So the Odyssey is like I believe I might be misquoting it, but it's the story of Odysseus. It's like a Greek mythology story.
Oh, it's a Greek god?
No, it's a Greek mythology story. No, it's not a superhero thing. It's a Greek mythology story about I believe it's Odysseus.
Oh, Homer.
Yes. It's a story about I can't remember all the characters' names, but his wife Persephone gets taken by Hades and he has to go rescue her through the depths of hell. Andy is actually more Andy knows more about this than I do, so when he comes back he might be able to talk about it better.
Oh, and they're gonna make a movie about that? That sounds kind of cool.
It's a Greek mythology movie if I remember.
Oh, right. I love Greek mythology. I think that's really cool.
Well, you would if you knew what the hell the fucking Odyssey was.
Well, I did when I looked at it. I was like, oh, okay, it's Homer and the Greek poems and the Trojan War, right?
Yes.
Is that what they're going to be doing?
So, I can't remember what the exact feud is over, but like Persephone gets taken down to Persephone gets taken down to Hades, and then Odysseus has to go through like some trials to get down to the depths of hell to rescue her and then bring her back, and then
Oh, that sounds good. Who's going to be in that one? Do you know yet?
A ton of people. There's a ton of people that have been cast so far.
Oh, that I'd probably
I'll wait for Andy to bring it up. I guarantee he already knows the exact site to bring it up because they kind of already talked about it. But I mean, if he's down to talk about it when he comes back, I'm down because I know he has the link for it. And if I go searching for it, I'm going to find a jank version of it. And I already know they got a good one. But before that, you were also talking, or after that, you were talking about Deadpool Wolverine, right?
Right.
So what is Deadpool Wolverine about? Deadpool Wolverine is about, it's the two main characters. Obviously, you've seen Deadpool and you know who Wolverine is, right?
Yeah, I seen 1 and 2.
Okay, so you've seen 1 and 2 of Deadpool, and then
Mhm.
Wolverine is obviously an iconic character. Everybody knows
He's
who
the
he
guy
is.
with the knives,
Knives
the
for
claw
hands. There you go.
knives. Yeah.
Yep, perfect, perfect. There you go. And it's Hugh Jackman. Anyways, so something happens in Deadpool's universe to where he has to. You haven't seen all the Marvel stuff, so this it'll get a little
No,
confusing.
I've seen some, but I know who
Yeah.
Wolverine is.
So anyways, something happens that's like a universe-ending thing that because Wolverine is, let's say, let me put that in the easiest way possible. He's like a core character in a certain universe, and that character dies when he's not supposed to. So that universe is going to diminish. So he wants to replace that character. He wants to replace him from another universe because there's multiverses, right? There's multi-universes of all these people. So there's not just one of these people. To stop that from collapsing, so then his universe doesn't collapse. That's what he's sold on. That's what the idea is sold to him as, basically.
Hmm.
And it's an anchor being, and yeah, there you go. Thank you, Rockefeller. An anchor being, and so he has to go in and find a Wolverine, and what he ends up finding is like the worst Wolverine who actually failed his timeline. Like this Wolverine has failed his timeline, so he gives that Wolverine a redemption arc to save a different timeline, to give him some redemption. And it's actually overall kind of
it's like Rick and Morty.
Sure. How have you seen Rick and Morty and not this?
Well, Rick and Morty's not funny. Rick and Morty, it's the same thing. Rick and Morty, there's a whole bunch of Ricks and there's a whole bunch of Mortys and there's a whole bunch of all of them in it. They're all just in different universes, right? Am I right? Okay, he says I'm right.
Yeah, that's how the multiverse works.
So it's this. Yes. So it's the same idea. Okay, that's all right. Okay, yeah. And then
if that's your anchor point to this, yes.
Yes,
if
is.
If that's the random freaking show that takes you to understand what a multiverse is, yes. But
yeah.
But I mean, like, you should be able to understand the concept of the multiverse in general, like, right? Like, so there's infinite versions of you in different places who have all done different things at different times, and everybody took a different path, right? That would be a multiverse of yourself, right?
Right.
That's just what a multiverse is in basically comics and everything else. They just took that concept and threw it into comics, and because of that, there's infinite versions of everybody and whatever. They kind of limit it in certain ways, but let's just say that's the simplification of it.
Yeah, but the different Rick and Mortys are funny. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, in theory, there's also a version of you out there that understands what the hell I'm talking about, which is great.
I don't know, maybe. I wouldn't count on it. But who knows what she's doing? I mean, she could be up to anything.
1 in 13 and 841 billion, or whatever Dr. Strange said. You know, like, there you go.
Wasn't that Doctor Who? Was that what Doctor Who was about?
Wow, you have like zero.
I told you. Did I pretend that I was an expert in geekology?
You did not, which actually makes this way better, and it's way funnier.
That's what I mean. Is I have said over and over.
You're willing to learn, but I have noticed you're able to carry on conversations about like other stuff, which is great. You'll just be like continue a conversation with people, and it's just like, oh yeah. What about that? It's like, you know how to keep people talking, whether you know anything about it.
I find things interesting. Like I find certain things interesting, so I like to learn things. But I'm not going to come in here and be like, yeah, I know all this stuff. I don't know anything. I'd be the first one to admit it. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Like I was saying earlier on like T-Stream, it's like, look, me compared to like the people that I talk to in person, it's like, oh, I know a lot of this stuff. Me coming online and talking to people, I'm like, oh, I'm retarded. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to intrude on your space. My bad. Let me step back a second here. I haven't done all the nerd research yet. Shit. I was out there and like
Yeah, I know.
jumping
There's
online
different
makes me
levels.
feel like I want to start talking like T. It's like motherfuckers out here ain't getting laid and shit. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I don't know. You give it a try. Who knows? Give it a try. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
just
were.
funny. It's just funny the contrast of just like going from real life to
Yeah,
the internet
yeah.
for
No,
just a half a
I do
second.
not.
I'm like, oh, in real life, like I'm kind of nerdy, but also I have a decent whatever working life. It's all good. And I jump online and I'm like, oh, I'm like the bottom of the pile. Like everybody knows more than me out here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm out here to learn.
No,
But
I'm just on the
also
short bus.
apparently
That's it.
entertain people. Like what is
Yeah.
happening? What
Just on
what
the
has
short
become
bus.
my life now?
So they said, okay, so there was a mini series about the Odyssey. Huh.
So the
That's
Odyssey is the Odyssey is a long running Greek story for like years, and literally since fucking the Greek times or whatever.
I
Like,
know, they're fascinating. This was after the Trojan War when the Odysseus came home. Oh, that sounds like a good movie. I'd like that one. I find the Greeks fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
you should read the Odyssey then. It's a whole book.
It's a
series.
book.
Yeah.
I'm already reading 3 books right now. I'll have to look into it. Are they an audio book?
What I missed.
So Andy, Anne here was wondering what the Odyssey is, and I know you're a big fan.
Big fan. The Odyssey is the story of Odysseus after the Trojan Wars as he tries to get back to his wife.
Persephone, right?
I think no. Persephone is Hades'
Persephone?
wife, right?
No, she become his wife because he took him from Odysseus.
Maybe.
24 books. Oh my
Penelope.
God. I don't know if I can invest that
Yeah,
much time.
Odysseus' wife is Penelope.
Right.
I thought it was Persephone, and then she's imprisoned by Hades.
Yeah, the
Oh, cool.
rape of Persephone.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be a fantastic movie.
that's a fantastic book. No.
There's 24 of them. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, but they're not like books like you think of them, like we would think of them. There's not like 24 novels.
Well, how long would the book be?
They're like gives a verse. So
400 pages, 300 pages. It's pretty short.
yeah.
I don't know.
That's nothing, by the way. I got Brandon Sanderson books next to me that are 1,400 pages. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Holy mackerel. Yeah, I think I'll just watch the movie.
I mean, just to show you, like, there you go.
I know guys are really big on this, so I understand. Yeah. It'd be a fascinating story.
Excuse me while I whip this out. No, I'm kidding.
That's what they all say. So is it Doctor Who's a rabbit hole to explain it, but it ends with the gay doctor? Oh my God, they totally ruined Doctor Who, didn't they? Poor geeks.
100%. Yeah.
The poor Whovians. They really ruined them. They made him all gay and bi, and then he's together and the same guy. And now that actor is saying everybody's racist.
Have you guys watched any of Doctor Who? Like, not the old Doctor Who, like the new reiteration. I want to say it was in 2005. Like from 2005, it was Christopher Eccleston and on.
Yeah.
So you watched it, like, because I stopped it around. I want to say the first season after Matt Smith, right? Like that's when I gave it. I was like, it kind of fell off for me.
Did it start getting woke?
Well, that would have been the third new iteration of the Doctor.
Yeah, no, it wasn't woke with Matt Smith.
Okay, it was the woman though. They made the woman, right? They made him a woman.
Well, that was like like peak woke. What started it was when they gave it to oh my god, why am I blanking on the old guy's name? Why? And he's such an iconic actor. He's actually a really great actor.
David
And
Tennant.
no, the old guy.
Oh,
The old-
Capaldi.
Capaldi. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Capaldi. So Capaldi comes in and like he has a couple like even throughout his run, he has a couple decent episodes, but it's not enough to carry on the boringness of the rest of it. And it's like what's funny about that is even talking about it now makes me even realize about some of the stuff Andy's been talking about recently, which is we don't want to see fucking old people getting any of this shit on, right?
Nope.
No offense to you, Ann. Like
What you mean? The old people are having sex on the movie?
No,
you mean?
no, but like there's always some type of usually with the doctor, there's always some type of romance connection or whatever.
Oh,
Whether-
okay. I see.
Whether it's actually physically, there's something implied there. It's always there.
Some romantic interest.
There's something always there. And like with the first 3 seasons, you got Eric Eccleston, or right, yeah, and then you have Matt, David Tennant, and then you have Matt Smith, who are all like relatively decent looking British dudes who are just
Right.
like, also I have this fucking time warp machine. It's like that's the equivalent to being like I'm a trillionaire, you know? Like, come on, we
It's
all
cool.
know what that means. Like, by the way, have you ever seen a fucking time machine? Also, have you ever sucked a Time Lord's dick? You know, I mean, these are hand in hand, and also,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like, come on,
That's why Elon Musk gets all the
we
pussy.
know what's going on behind the scenes. It's all good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go forward in time to when you say yes.
Yeah. Like, yeah. You said no. Let me rewind time. You said no. Let me rewind time. I'm gonna keep doing this. You understand, right?
We're gonna get
understand
a yes out of you
understand I
eventually.
control time, right? Like,
That's funny. Yeah, they really just they just went. Like my brother was a huge fan, and he stopped watching it. And I don't know
voice
how they ruined
protagonists
something
waking up
so
to Sci-Fax.
iconic.
What is happening? I don't know, dude. What are you doing here? Why are you up so early? And also, what time zone are you in? Also, shit. Hey, maybe Andy can help me with this. How do I put people's names on under their thing here? Because I don't know if am I the only one that doesn't see people's names, or does everyone else see your guys' names? I have no idea. That's how great
No, I
am at
don't
streaming.
on
By the
mine.
way, I'm so great at streaming, guys. Definitely join me all the time.
I couldn't even find my camera. Give me a break. You're doing fine.
On the
It's
right hand side, Cypax, go and
You'll figure it out. There you go.
Yeah, hold on.
You got
hold
it.
on. What's up?
there you go.
You got
Go
it.
to what? I literally didn't do anything.
Oh, maybe the mouse. Maybe the mouse activated it or something.
I have no idea what I did.
Well,
I
you did it.
literally I clicked off of that thing, and then you said go to the right, and I moved my mouse to the right, didn't click a goddamn thing, and all our names popped up. So
Cool.
I'm gonna go with an act of God because it's saving me right now.
Nice.
Like, jokes aside, a voice assistant on StreamYard would be amazing.
A voice assistant?
Yeah,
How
like
do I do
Siri.
that?
No, they don't have one. I'm saying like it would be nice if it was like voice activated,
Oh yeah, like hey, I'm
Interesting.
recorded. How do I do X? You know?
or just like play my intro, play outro, play a super thanks video, that type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have it. I mean, I've seen streamers to do it who are like in a chair and they're sitting there like, and they got
Yeah.
like those mouthpieces that like
Superman.
somehow they can connect it by like breathing into it at a certain angle or whatever. It's like they're playing a flute of fucking keyboard. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie, it's impressive, but I have no idea how that works. Like that to
theory-
me is wizardry. Like
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Like voice protagonist just said, wizardry. I almost feel like I'm subconsciously absorbing the chat as I'm reading it. But thank you. I'm gaining words.
Yeah. I don't know if they're the same or not. I thought they were two separate companies, Labs and Yards. But
So
maybe I'm wrong.
Streamlab is a derivative of OBS, and StreamYard is internet-based company.
See, we got the expert tonight.
Yeah, that's why. It's clearly why I went out of my way to invite Andy. He definitely.
He didn't know. He didn't know. He
I
was gonna
totally
be the
went out of my
expert
way to
tonight.
be like, "Hey, Andy, you need to be here tonight, 100%." Like, duh, you're the only one up this late. Of course, you're up this late. I mean, see, I can't even lie this well. Jesus Christ! But, oh my God.
That's funny. I think you're right. I think that would be a good idea. Like an AI voice activated that would just go ahead and start your program or like play this music, do this, play this. That would be a cool idea. You should invent it. Somebody should.
Maybe. But let's see here. What's another random topic? I don't know how many hours I have left to go on with my.
Well,
It's not even-
I
not
don't know
even
who. I think we decided Christian Bale was the best Batman. So
We already
So,
went that. That's
think we
actually
all
my
voted
problem.
on that
It's
one.
more how many free hours do I have in my thing on StreamYards, because I'm gonna come up on. I think I have 3 hours left, but which is great. But I also don't plan on going another 3 hours at all. I don't know. I've had a decent amount of beers and I'm having a good time. And I enjoy talking to not only just you guys, but also the chat. Also,
Love
we're
the
running
chat.
off, like I stole T streamers because I'm like, somehow this fucking guy passed me.
like
His
a thief in the
subscriber.
night.
I'm like, this fucking guy with all this flat earth bullshit, like passed me, like a reasonably thinking human being. And I was like,
I love the
for
flat
so,
earthers.
for
They're
so
so much
long,
fun.
for so long, I was at like obviously we're on the same channels a bunch of the time, so that doesn't, it's all good. Like we're kind of gaining roughly at the same time, but I've always been like 1 to 2 ahead of him, and then he finally fucking surpassed me, and I'm like, what fucking flat earth motherfucker out there went out of their
No,
way to
you
be
know what
like,
it is?
like-
It's the cooking. We like to watch the cooking.
is that what it is? Some
Yeah,
fucking
you better
random-
start cooking something.
one random chick out there was like, oh, he can fry some chicken though. And it's like, you racist bitch. It's just because he's black and he fries chicken. You're gonna
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
stop
nice
doing-
chicken.
You
Can I say?
fucking fraud. Like, Jesus Christ. All of us can fry chicken. It's not that hard. He didn't even fry chicken. He did shrimp. Like, get the fuck
And
out.
French fries, though. And he
Oh,
gave some tips.
Oh my God. You know what? He went above and beyond. Wow. What a fucking entrepreneur with that shit.
So apparently,
Don't get me
Adam
wrong,
West
I'm going to
was
stay
not
here
the
and
best
pretend to be
Batman.
fake
That's
mad
funny.
that he's doing like 1 subscriber better than me, you fucking asshole. But
Well, that's because I've never seen you cook anything on your stream, Cyfax.
you know what?
Yeah.
That's fair.
He
That's
needs to
100%
start cooking
fair.
something, right? Do some fondue.
You want to make a
I
lot
don't
of?
know.
You want to get a lot of attention?
Toast.
Cook meth. Cook
Look,
meth on stream.
I'll do like half of his bench press while doing a line of coke, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there
We'll
you
see what
go.
happens.
Amp it
up. I'll be like, one up me now. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also-
Do some
also, I
fondue.
need to
Do a little
find
crack
some coke. Does anybody know where I can find some coke?
down the street. His name's Frederick. Don't
I was
tell him
waiting
I
for
said
somebody
yeah.
to just tell me in. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
You live in California, must be everywhere. In
I'm
LA,
waiting for somebody to tell me like you're the guy. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nah, whatever. Don't worry about him, Andy. Don't worry about it. In Vegas, I will not have anything on me. I swear, Andy. Like nothing's gonna happen.
I don't believe him, Andy. I do not believe him, Andy.
Like I never carry shrooms with me at all.
Oh, there, you just got a new subscriber. Look at. See, Nestor Phillips. Thanks,
go.
Nestor Phillips.
Nestor, look, you don't even have
He's
to
like,
watch the videos.
he
I prefer
just
if you do,
subscribed.
but
Yeah, but he just said he just subscribed. So welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what's
There
funny
you go.
though? What I've also noticed is I don't say at the end of my videos where it's like, "Hey, like and subscribe if you want to see some more." And like I never got into the rhythm of that, and I don't.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of don't like it, but everybody I know does that because it's just the typical thing to do. And I don't like doing. I'm like, oh god, it sound. And I understand like do you guys actually do it live on each one of your videos, or do you just have like that natural plug that you put on? Because I know they give you that option to just put that plug at the end of the video. Is that what you guys do, or what?
You talking about when we edit the videos, or
Well, in general, because like you know how like when you upload them, it gives you that they gives you that option to like put that almost like a plug at the end to like attach to
oh
the
yeah,
video.
no, we yeah, just the title cards at the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We use those. We usually try and just put like some call to action, but we hate them too. It's super awkward.
Oh man, I dislike that. Like I literally just end my video. I'm just like, hey man, thanks for checking it out. Peace. And I just end it. And I'm like, I should probably start telling people to fucking subscribe if they even got
And
this
like
far.
your video, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, hit the bell, subscribe.
So like,
What else are you
Everyone
doing?
says
It's
that, and I get
free.
it gets the idea rolling, and it's just like even if people just like mind-numbingly do it, is what I think what happens. But I'm like, I'd rather just have people watch my shit that actually want to watch my stuff.
Yeah, but you
No,
need to remind people we're stupid.
I know.
You're not putting into the stupidity factor of
I know.
people on the internet.
Look, I like to believe that all the people that clearly follow my drunken ass are fucking clearly above the standard. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but we forget we're busy or drunk or doing meth. You never know what we're doing. We could be up to anything.
See, look, I'm on board with Rockefeller here. I was shocked. You and Uncle T only had 150 subs. That's criminal, in my opinion.
See?
I agree. I 100% agree. Because
Mhm.
clearly I put out definitely as good a quality videos as old my DualShock. I can't even say that with a straight face. Look, I don't put all that much effort into my videos, but when I do reviews, I give you my full on opinion, and I do it basically kind of all in one take, just so I don't like. It's not that I don't like stumbling over my words. You can even hear me stumbling over my words or reiterating what I'm talking about. I just don't want to sit there and correct myself. It's not even on like something bad that I'm talking about. It's more I don't want to give a false take on what I'm doing. So I try to do it in one shot, and I understand doing the I don't want to say scripted because I'm sure some of it's scripted, and sometimes you got to do that when you throw on the clips and you do all that other stuff. And those videos are entertaining as fuck. I find that great. But I just want to tell you what I'm talking about at the time I'm talking about it, with the full like last moments of what I'm thinking about it at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of I understand it's different, or it might sound lazy because it is. It's lazy in a sense, but at the same time, it's like me being as honest as I can in one take. I prefer to do that, and what I do is like I'll put like bullet points, bullet points of what I kind of want to hit on, and then I riff off of my bullet points instead of like breaking it all down. And if people want to talk to me about it later, then I can break it down later because I'm going to remember the stuff that I'm talking about. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But when I'm doing the videos and stuff, I actually would like to more be doing videos like places or people like Hold My DualShock here, like Andy, Katie, and Peter. Like these guys do great videos. It's just like quality of like nerd rotting stuff. They do awesome videos, fucking hilarious. That it's way funnier, and I would like to find a way to put that into stuff. But the way that I review stuff, I don't find moments to do that in a proper way yet. And once I do, my format in general would change. So I don't know how well that would work. Like,
you know what the secret is to that though?
Not giving a shit. Like
no, every time we do a cutaway, we're covering up something racist we said.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. There's also like cutting up stuttering, all that stuff. I understand.
No, it's just
Don't get me wrong.
side. We never stutter. It's just Katie saying racist stuff.
Katie's
I love
just
it.
like these motherfuckers.
Love it.
It,
Yeah,
it.
I love it. Love it.
Like my family's a bunch of, and you're like, oh my god.
And we have to be
She
like,
should keep it in, see if you get more views.
yeah, but like Katie, like I know
Yeah.
that you think you can say it, because of your complexion, but you realize like you can only say that like half the time. You can't be saying that, when you're so like.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Before you continue on with a rant like this, we need to get a DNA test immediately. Like,
Yeah, people have been saying they
Or-
can
or- ancestry is like, ooh, you can only say 33% of those N words there. Like, you need to chill out.
like Katie,
And
there's
can you say an
reasons
A
why
or can you
people-
say the hard R? Like there's a lot of different, it's a lot of political.
Oh,
very
Katie went
political.
hard R. She went hard R earlier.
Nice. Nice. I love it.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she, if not, maybe it was yesterday. Yeah.
I heard that from
Love
her
it.
yet. Oh my god.
Oh my
I've been waiting
Love
for because like obviously the natural jokes will fly when you got someone even slightly dark skin. It's like, dude, I stream with like mainly almost like exclusively black people other than you and Katie, which is like also like 1/3 black people.
Mhm.
So like and
So
I'm like,
by association, I think that gives you a black card.
I can say it like once a month.
I think
if
you can.
I'm
I think you can. I think you can get like some kind of a N-word pass.
Well, what happens is for every 1 month I don't do it, I get a stamp on a card, and
Okay.
for 3 months, it's like the Subway. Like it's you buy enough of them, all of a sudden
Right.
you get a free one eventually. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
just gotta
good.
pay-
That's
I
a
just
good
gotta pay
program.
for it. And I've asked all the local black people in my community, on the online community, and they agreed. I swear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Do you guys know who the Hodge
didn't- I
twins
didn't just-
are?
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Right.
Those guys
So
are
what
hilarious.
they did was they gave the N-word pass to like one of their Asian girls, and now I forget what her name is. She's famous on X, and she's like she's the only one we gave the N-word pass to, and she uses it, and she is like a teeny weeny Asian lady, and it is
she
so
American
funny.
now, or is she actually or Chinese or Japanese? Because
I know she's Asian, and I cannot remember her name, but on Twitter she goes crazy with the N-word. It's hilarious. They're like, oh no, I think it's Mary or something.
In Chinese, like the actual like that word translated in Chinese. That's why like you see people like iShowSpeed or all these famous like streamers go to China. Like that word actually, I believe it just means like that or friend or something like that. It actually means something really nonchalant. That's a natural word that comes up in the
they gave
language.
it to her for that purpose.
No,
though.
well, they might have done
I
it. They
forget
might have done it
how
as a
went,
joke,
but
but she naturally probably can
but-
say that as she talks to throw in a filler word. It's like when you talk to people who speak English and Spanish and they throw in Spanglish, like you know what I mean.
yeah, no,
like
she says it as it's intended.
Well,
She goes hard.
if
She goes
does,
hard
fine, but she
it
can
was
probably get away with it being
hilarious.
like, "Hey, also
I
this
forget
means
what her
this in
name
my
is. She's
language."
Anyway, she's kind of famous for it now, and it's just like, no, we only gave her the N-word pass. Someone else said it, like, nope, only her. It's a whole thing on X. It's hilarious, and they always make jokes about it. It's so
Like,
funny.
I know Andy here grew up on the other side of the world, probably in the same time that I was like a teenager. But out here, like in even LA and California, we had a bunch of things that are or a lot of people who were called wiggers with a W, wiggers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Which are white people acting as
That was a
word, right?
90s thing.
Yeah. And that was a whole thing. And it was like, but what they would do is they would say that word all the time, like they were gangsters, like they were
Yeah.
which is what that means.
That's
It's
what they called
It
Eminem.
was, it's wannabe gangsters, like, which is a thing, whatever. And that's a whole thing. But like there's still people to this day who are in this like almost wannabe gangster club from my old hometown who still like they even have tattoos from this shit. Like they were gang members, and it's the most joke thing ever to where my tattoo artist, the guy that I go to, he was like, dude, he laughed about it when he saw a guy
bet.
who wanted to add on to it. He was like, and the guy was, he ended up being like the head of that group, and they're still a real thing to this day. And he laughed at him, and it was just like, oh, my bad, my bad. And it was so funny that he told me about it, and it was just like, dude, everybody in this town thinks you guys are a joke. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he doesn't understand it. But it's a bunch of white people who act like that, who act like it's not that you act like that word. You act like the stereotypicalness of that
Right.
word. But you also act like the stereotypicalness
Yeah, but
of
the
like white
N word
trash and other
is
things.
the stereotype of that word. It's like a stereotype within itself.
It's kind of the point, yeah. But it's ridiculous.
Yo,
And they get
yo,
out of hand.
yo.
It's actually way worse than that. Like they literally drop like the N-bot, and like that's how
Oh,
they
yeah,
speak. That's how they
know.
speak to themselves. That's how they speak to
Yeah.
white people. That's how they speak to
Yeah.
everybody around them. And
Yeah,
they're
it's
just like,
hilarious.
dude, I got a ton of friends who are like, I'm a musician, right? So I'm around not just guitarists, bassists, drummers, whatever. I'm also around rappers, whatever, all that stuff. What do you think rappers' favorite words are? Is that, you know?
Yeah.
And so when they're sitting there doing that
They
in their
use it
rap
the
battles
most.
and they're doing that, it's like you're like, okay, to me, that's the rapper equivalent of white people using the word like. You know what I mean? That's the rapper equivalent of that. Like if you're gonna sit there and say the word like, I'm saying it a lot now because I'm thinking about it. I'm sitting there like. I'm sitting there saying it, but that's the rapper equivalent of using the word like, because it's a filler word. It's useless and you don't have anything else to say. And it's stupid. And once you start hearing it, you can't unhear it, type of deal. And
You're saying these
Yeah,
people are
literally.
useless and have nothing
Like
to say?
literally.
no, I'm saying they don't have anything to say in the flow of the rap, and it's a filler word to transition to something else. But they use it as the equivalent of like as I'm saying right now, like. But when
and
you're
then
playing music, it's a snare, it's a hi-hat hit, it's a splash hit on a song, it's a drum hit, or it's a drum fill. It's a filler thing to
fill in the blank.
go on to something else. Yeah. That's what they end up using it as. And when you realize that, I almost kind of respected it more because I get it, but I don't know if all of them realize that's what they're using it for. I actually think they're using it because they couldn't figure out the next word to use in whatever the hell they're trying to rap about.
Which shows they don't have much
And
talent.
I've seen that much more than somebody who used it creatively.
I don't know, if you have to keep using the same word over and over and over again, it's like then you have nothing to say.
Well, if you use the same word twice, it rhymes. It always rhymes. It works every time. If you use the same word.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing, though, is if you do that, and if you equivalent, or if you make it an equivalent to, say, a splash hit on a drum, which is a very high pitched cymbal, and that's like, whatever. That can be a filler thing to change into like a whole new key to do a whole different thing. When they use it like something like that, it can be.
But that's a transition.
Exactly. It
A
can be
filler and a transition are two different things.
All right.
Yes.
So this is what you need to be doing, Syphax. Like if you want to like make some real videos, you do a video right now about the different musicians' ways of using
categorization of using the N-word compared to drum cymbals.
And you should just play times in music where they say it and you break down, goes, now to the layman's ears this might sound like your typical hoodlum saying whatever, but in actual fact in this scenario it's equivalent to a snare drum, so you can't be offended.
I love it.
It's just a snare drum. You
Yep.
make that video. That's gonna get.
It's
views.
gonna be terrible
Yep.
when I pick up a guitar
Ebonics
and
101. Do it.
I'm worse than I'm selling myself, but like that'll be terrible. But yeah,
You should also do a video about how you don't think you get enough credit or appreciation for not using racial slurs on the reg. Like, that'll get a lot of views.
You know what I need to do is start saying that to T and DA, like every black person I say that with, and then just clip them out of context and make a compilation, make a compilation for my intro.
Yeah.
Just like, look at this guy. He's so great. He doesn't say the N-word. And it's just like, yeah, he's so good. And it's just like, they're all just praising me. And at the end, I just drop the N-word and then my video starts. Be like, I'd be banned so quickly. It might be worth it, but oh my God.
You just about being the first. I don't know any white guys who are out here speaking like that. Like, you could be the first. Might also be the last.
Say you're speaking your truth. Speak wokeism, and it might work.
Yeah, I'll start it out with, by
Say,
the way,
this
guys,
is my
I'm trans.
truth as a white man
I'm
and
gay
has a
I'm
lot of black
trans.
friends.
I
Say, do
have
that.
like 15 boyfriends. I'm trans, and I piss in
Yeah.
all the females' restrooms. Not always in the sink, but always in the restroom. But you
do
know, and then just start dropping F-bombs.
Yeah, I love it.
I bet you the word goes mainstream and then within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna see in the next 2 years there's gonna be a stand-up comedian who's gonna like drop it. It's gonna be a big deal.
Did you see this guy out there? Oh my God, he said that joke. Oh my God, he was so great. Oh my God. And it'd be like, this fucking guy with these snorts and this fucking gay ass.
Yeah.
And it's going to be terrible because I'm going to laugh at it.
I don't
Do you
know.
like
Give
Shane
it a try. Shane Gillis? Yeah. He's Canadian.
Is he?
Well, I mean, I don't quite have the downside or the Down syndrome look. Like I can mess with my eyeballs to where I can like I can do like this kind of lazy eye look, like, and then I can do the other one. Like I can go back and forth with it. It's not. I'm not closing my eye out of the way either. It's like you can see the eye. I can like. It's even weirder in person. Like the eye shakes. It's something I've always been able to do, and it makes me look ridiculous. Also, I can flip my eyelid by only touching the side of my head. I can do stupid shit like that. It's terrible to do online, and it's something.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
No. But it's like it would freak people out in person to be like, "Oh no, that guy's crazy." So if they ever saw me in person, oh, I could do it. It would be great. But
Yeah.
You know, if they freak people out more though, if you said the N-word in public.
you know, it'd be funnier if I did it and I got all the black people I know on stream to surround me and defend me.
Or even
Oh,
better.
see, look, there's T. There's
I'm
T
just
right
like,
there. You can
just
ask
sit there,
him
like,
all
just
about
like-
it.
do like one of those like what is the Haka chants?
CUT.
The Haka.
The Haka chants. Just do that and have like TDA and like Kata around me, and like I gotta find like at least 2 other black people to surround me. So I got 5 of them just like push the aura out, and then just have me yell like the N-word out loud.
Yeah. We're trying out
just
the
like-
N-word, T. We want to know how many times he can say the N-word and how many
No,
black
I'll just
people
do
he
it
needs to
once
be
with a lot.
surrounded by.
Just do it once with authority while have like 5 of them
But he needs the
oh
black
my God.
people around
Five-
him to get away
five-
with it.
5 of our favorite streamers surrounding me.
Cyfax, what do you mean them?
Dude, I knew you were gonna catch me on that. As soon as I said it, I was like, "Fuck!" I knew as soon as I said that, I was like, "Son of a bitch!" But five of our favorite streamers who happen to be black surround me and defend me doing this bullshit because
So you're saying
No, you want them to give you the N-word pass is what you want.
dude, I'll
By
have like
association.
a pentagram of N-wordness. It'll be great.
So you're saying your plan is to round up a bunch of black men.
Shut up. Don't break it down like this. Don't do
That's
it. You
as
suck
a
dick.
shield
Use
for
their
your
voodoo.
actions.
Use
That's
their voodoo
right.
for the white man.
Yeah. No, T says nope, no pass.
Look,
None. He ain't doing it.
Okay, this idea
The
is starting
Hodge
to
twins
study.
gave a pass.
Now
I'm just saying.
Now it's becoming terrible.
I agree with Uncle T. It's just a word. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
understand.
That's fine. But T, would you still defend me? You got a gun. We're
He
good,
wanted
brother.
to go viral, T. We're just thinking of ways to make his channel go
Yeah,
blow
maybe
up.
I'm-
So we're
maybe
just
I'm
working out a
necessarily-
few ideas. So we thought maybe that, but I guess not. T says no. I tried to get him to cook, but he said he wouldn't cook. So
I
'cause
mean,
he
to
was
be
mad
fair,
'cause
I'm
you
not
have more
able to do it.
people.
Like, if I can convince just T to do it, I don't think anybody would come around T if he just circled around me while I said it. Because T's fucking crazy, right?
We love T. He's fabulous.
He'd be out there just walking in a circle, be like, "You guys believe in flat Earth, right?" And everybody would be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" this guy's about to murder my family right now, right? Like,
I love it.
he's-
That's right. Always keep them guessing. Always keep them guessing.
That's not even a guess. That's a guarantee from T. No.
See, my friends listen to me. I told him to try fondue, but he said he wouldn't do it. So then he went right to the N word. So that's where we're at. Work harder, work smarter, rinse and repeat. There you go.
That's okay. Look, fine. That's a good comment. Look, how to get views, work harder, work smarter, rinse and repeat. That's true.
That comment?
That's why T's killing it, man. He's doing that. He took what's ran like that's worked for him and ran with it through the DA streams, like the cooking with tea stuff.
I love
And
the
like-
cooking with
like,
tea.
Yeah, and like look, like if you think about it, in theory, like we only have 150 subscribers, a little over 150 subscribers, both of us. Even right now, I got 15 people watching. I'm not gonna lie. There's no reason 15 people should be watching me right now. Like, this is ridiculous. And even I
It's
feel
still,
the same way with you.
I think
I know
it's still
people-
more
I know
people that went to
people-
go see Snow White, though.
Look, I know
So,
people with
there you
way
go.
more subs than this that get way less subscribers than that, or way less views than this per hour. Or
Well,
whatever.
there you go.
But it's like
Yeah.
it's because they're like loyal to. Or I don't even want to say it's loyal. It's more like, look, these are the people I want to watch, and these people will rock with you or whatever.
Okay,
So,
Joseph made a
these people-
comment.
like thousands of people, and like they don't even have like 2 people that rock with them, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, they'll get like 50 views, 100 views for 4,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers and whatever. But it's like, it blows my mind that people even come in and watch it. It's freaking 3 a.m. here right now. I have no idea why I'm on. I don't go to sleep till way too late. It's awful. But
So Joseph says you don't put out enough content as the issue, and T
Oh,
says,
I
"Agree,
100%.
Joseph," and he says, "Thanks, T."
oh no, I 100% agree with that. Yeah. My thing is like I don't.
How many should you do a day? I don't even know what you would even
Well,
do a
for
day.
one, you should probably almost be like if you're trying to do this as like a real thing, you should probably do at least 1 to possibly if you can manage 3 a day, that'd be great. But minimum 1 type of deal. That's like the ideal. And then if you can throw in some streams in between, that's even better.
Mm.
But I mean, that's if you're trying to grow and like you want to like make this a possible thing, of course, fine. But I do it as for fun. I originally started this just so I could actually talk to people. Like I started this even because the like DA was like, "Hey man, if you get a camera and a mic, I'm down to bring you on and you can shoot your opinions to me online with people, and that'd be cool." And I was like, all right. And I did that for a couple months, and he was like, "You need to start a channel." And so he talked me into starting a channel, and I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about, man? Sure, I watch a lot of this stuff, but it's like, all right, well, now I gotta do opinions on movies, whatever.
Yeah,
And
but you
then,
go to them enough. So doesn't
it's
everyone have an opinion? If you go see a movie, you can say, "You
of
guys
course,
know all the
yeah,
you guys
of
know all the multi-universes." I didn't even understand it till Rick
of
and Morty
course,
said it.
I
of course you
suppose.
do. Of course, but like, how do you set that out to maybe set yourself apart? How do you set that out to be interesting enough? Are you interesting enough? Is your mic good enough? There's a lot of these little weird factors you don't
Mhm.
really understand or like get into until you start kind of trying to do it. Like even to this point, like I don't think I sound all that great. There's a lot of things that you will bash yourself on, and it always surprised, like even to this day right now, it surprised me that I even have 13, 14 people now that just joined in. It's awesome. Like I fucking love that anyone even wants to join in and talk to me. That's fucking cool. Like I I went in with the idea of like, hey, if I get like one person, that's great. Now it's like, well, I got 150. That's great. I still am surprised when one person joins my stream. Even if when I was on T Stream earlier, people were saying, hey, I'm down to join. I'm still surprised when people actually jump on and join. Like whether people want to believe it or not, I don't care. I get to join streams like Andy here at Hold My DualShock. These guys have a bunch of subscribers. They get a bunch of viewers. It's great. Like I just like going on and talking to people who have great opinions and talking about all this cool shit, and I enjoy those times. I just simply enjoy those times with these people, and I get to do that because I went out of my way to make a freaking channel like this. And yeah, I make videos, but it's like I want to find something more than just the movie reviews. I simply haven't found it yet. That's the only reason I don't make enough videos yet. Like music might be a thing, because obviously I have some, I want to say, decent opinions on music, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but I appreciate people's feedback. I actually do, because well, I could see how many
Well,
people would be interested in stuff like that.
yeah,
That's
but
a whole
I
thing.
find a lot of the ones that do like even DA like he'll do like a movie review, then he'll
DA
do a little bit
covers
on culture, like a little things of what's going on, like
DA
what's
covers a little.
happening.
DA covers a little bit of like everything, but he also
Yeah.
covers just the natural zeitgeist of how the entertainment business is going, and which is great. And I tried to do like a video of that. My editing wasn't very good in that, but I've tried with it, and I was like, I didn't like just sitting there reading an article. Like for me, I just didn't kind of really like that, and so it's hard for me to be like doing that all the time when I don't like doing that. Because if I think about it, it's like, well, if this does work out, do I want to do this in a year? Like I'm trying to find something I want to be able to do, even not even just in this and a bunch of other things in my life, but everything that I'm doing in my life is like I want to find something that I actually would be okay with doing all the time. Like I love jumping onto the streams and talking with a bunch of my friends and talking about the movies and shows and whatever that I'm watching and reviewing the movies. That I really like. I need to find something else in between that I don't mind reviewing and talking about and putting in like a decent opinion about. I'm not gonna lie, I just simply haven't found that yet. I will. I can definitely tell I'm going to, but I'm not sure what yet. And I also feel I have like a lot of funny clips, because like a lot of those would probably be around the same vein of stuff like Hold My DualShock here or like Nerdrotic, where there's going to be funny clips and stuff in them. And I'm sitting there trying to gather some up and trying to figure out how to put them into the right video. And when I drop one of those, like it'll be very obvious because it'll be very different from like the other videos that I do. So
You know what you should do?
I am
Is like
working on it.
crazy
It
people
just-
on TikTok. Those go crazy. Like
Yeah,
if
but
you
see,
go and you say, look at this
that shit-
crazy guy on TikTok.
that shit doesn't interest me. Like drama doesn't
Oh.
interest me. These things don't. It doesn't interest me. And like so many people online constantly say, is authenticity is the way of the future. And if I'm being authentic, like that shit doesn't interest me. Like
Okay.
people being in situations of drama, like I don't mind watching it, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Like, I don't care enough to talk about it. I don't mind hearing about it. It's kind of funny, but it's not enough for me to be like, I can't amp myself up enough to lie to the audience. Like,
No,
I
it's
can't.
not. It's not. I think it's just more like commentary. Like a lot of the. Okay, so I'll tell you when the
commentary,
DA
but, like,
did.
when I'm talking
The-
about, like, even when I'm talking about a movie I like or dislike, I'm not sitting
Right.
there lying. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking lie and amp myself like this is fucking great. Like, even like some of the stuff I'll say is like maybe it's lackluster in the way that the way that I fucking present myself. But when it comes down to it, like the most common things that I see in a lot of the ways that people talk about people in general is like it's like a bunch of backlash kind of talking, and people are sitting there shitting on a bunch of people, and I'm like, I'm not that fucking person, and I'm not going to be that person. It's not out of like, oh, I'm better than thou personality. Don't get me wrong, I can shit on anybody. I shit on T all the time, and he's a great friend of mine. I would love for him to be even. He's fucking awesome. We talk shit. Like, I talk shit to people I care about, but it's like I won't fucking do this because I simply don't give a shit about these people, and I don't have a strong enough opinion to care. And if people did care about my opinion, it would be disingenuous, that's the best way I can put it.
He's right though. He says drinking is your thing. You should recommend like bars and spots and stuff.
Look,
Why don't you review beer? That's a good idea, actually. Like beer,
Well,
new beers or wines that come out. Those are
I
big.
should definitely stop drinking as much as I do. Yeah, and I shouldn't drink on stream as much. Look,
Or
I've had a good amount of beers tonight, and I'm talking too much, but I don't feel I'm like too fucking aggressive, other than me saying curse words. But come on,
How many beers have you had tonight?
8.
You should stack them across the bottom of the I'm not even joking, across the bottom of the screen so that
Love it.
people jump in, they can see how many beers deep you are. That'd be
Yeah.
so cool.
My brother
I
did
mean,
that.
it's like drinking my liver into failure. Yes, but
8 beers, not liver failure.
you guys down to hold it down for like 2 minutes? I'll go grab 2 more.
He's like, I'm ready to end.
Well, here you go. Here's one. I already threw the other ones in the
Okay.
trash can. I'm not digging them out.
Yeah.
It would look like a. It would
Cat
look like
and
a,
my cat. Yeah, everybody loves my
Look.
cat.
It would be awesome. It would look like a progress bar going along the
Yeah.
bottom of your screen. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just,
On a
as soon as I
scale
get
of-
up to
of
here, it's
1 to
like, and the
20.
stream ends now. Bam. It's like, oh my god.
I love it. I'm telling you, it's a good idea. My brother owned a restaurant and he used to do ice
He
fishing.
helps Cyfax with editing until he gets better. He can get better. Look, as much as I've tried to get better, like, I don't feel I'm like artistically inclined enough to understand it. Like, I'm really decent with music. I'm surprisingly decent with music. When it comes to like art and the way that stuff blends in, it doesn't click for me. It just hasn't. I've had some of my friends try to help me with it, and I try, and I've done some videos at the beginning of some videos, or like little clips at some videos, and I find them funny for a second, but it's not a consistent funny like some of these other guys' videos, which I appreciate their video. That's why I like watching their videos, because they're consistently funny in between their takes that they're talking about. But I'm like, I'd rather just do like a 3 to 5 minute review on something, and then find something I'm actually more passionate about talking about, or something that I have better knowledge in, like, instead of whatever. That's why I like jumping onto these channels and everything and talking about stuff, because it's like, oh, I get to actually say my piece on something, and then, okay, I don't have to like follow it up with a funny joke, like whatever. Like, I don't know, but I'll be right back. And hold it down.
All right, I'll do my best.
Read the comments.
That's funny. No, I was gonna say my brother owned a restaurant and they used to go ice fishing. And that's what you could tell how drunk they were because they lined up all the beer cans, which is exactly what you were saying. And by the end of it, They were wasted out of their mind, but it was a hilarious video.
Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious because then you
it
come
was
in and you know
hilarious.
exactly where Cyfax is, like how many beers deep he is.
Yep. How many? What kind he's drinking? Are they tall boys? What are we working with? I'm just saying, why not? You can do beer reviews. There's like one whole podcast that's called like Beer and Crime. And that they review the beer while they talk about crime. I think it's called like Beer and Crime or something like that. It's crazy. Hi, T.
And T says link him.
Hold on. I'm gonna try. Let's see if we can. Yeah. Okay. Hold.
Yeah. He send it to his Twitter. You still there? Maybe not. Rockefeller Plaza says you and the cat can play Marvel Rivals.
Dude, fucking Andy, man. Like, what is with your mic? I almost want to record you on my side of things because you just sound like a lustful vampire that just got laid all the time. Like, it's just like, oh yes. What is that? What are you talking about? Oh yeah.
We should do like
oh my god.
For
oh yes.
Yes. Channels.
Have you ever heard of Stone IPA beer? Oh yes. Like
I sent it.
What happened to your voice, dude? What happened?
It's 5:28 a.m. Welcome
to the dark.
5:28 a.m. It's the feeding hour. Oh yeah.
I love it. I'm into it. Did you get the Cyfax? Did you get the T? I gave him the link.
Did I can shoot T that why is T still up? Doesn't he have
you want me to link him? I linked him.
I mean, I could have sent it to him hours ago if you wanted to come on.
Well, he just told me now.
I think I'm trying to run out my stream link. Oh, there he is. T, what's up, brother?
Hey, man. Hey, I think you asked me, you haven't asked me, but I would do a damn stream about that. Damn, I would do you getting drinking, and you don't got to drink. Always drinking. You drink apple sauce or whatever you want to eat. But I'd have something with that damn cat. The cat is the star.
My cat is the favorite part of the stream, and I don't know where she's at right now.
I would do the cat. I would you drinking and the cat, and I would ask the cat for an opinion on the movie reviews. Instantly, dude. That's
and the cat wears an outfit or at least a hat.
Oh yeah,
the cat in the hat. Hey, work for Dr. Seuss.
Okay, maybe I would. Isn't the cat wearing a kind of tuxedo already? In the black and white, it's kind of wearing. It's kind of.
I don't know. Can you put a bow tie on a cat? Is that legal?
You muted Cyfax.
Sorry, I was whistling for the cat. She came right up. I got her right here.
Cat co-host. I love it. I'm all about it.
You could do all kind of sponsorships and get brands, man.
Oh my God, you totally could. Good idea, T.
They'd be all on you, man. Oh man, he's got a cat. There you go. Everybody likes a little pussy, you know.
That's right.
Woo.
See, put a little hat, little sunglasses, you know.
Yeah, that's your niche right there, man.
I'm telling you, that's his sidekick, the cat.
Look Look at Peter
What's up, gorgeous?
No-Tail.
What you doing? What you doing? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up,
Look.
cutie?
Everybody like one little Michael Jackson. If you're black or white, there you go.
I love
There
it.
you
I love it. I'm all about it.
go.
It's okay. But
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
This is really me. I really am the life of the party. So don't worry. Don't worry when you guys. When this is authentic me, the life of the party, and this is a sober me, and I'm still fun.
it's okay. I went downstairs to grab 100 beers. I drank, and I have one left. That's from the start of T Stream. I mean, that's a 12-pack of Stone. That's not too bad.
The cooking part, I'm gonna address somebody said in the chat. So the cooking thing, I like to cook. It's therapeutic. I like doing that, but it's so hard to hold the camera and set up when you're trying to cook that I'm like all over the place, man. And really, that's about it. Wait till I cook hibachi though. I'm gonna make hibachi and we're gonna chill out and have a hibachi night. I don't do the choo-choo. I don't do the onion thing, but I can cook.
You know what you need to do, man? You need to invite me and DA over, and you need to cook for all of us while you do some hibachi bullshit, and we all need to stream through your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let them be your cameramen.
Have a camera going on. We'll play some games in the background while we all shoot the shit at your place.
We're gonna invite some women too, man, because it's not gonna be a sausage fest over here. So
do whatever you want. But I mean, if we're gonna stream, I don't think they're gonna be all into like, hey, we're on the stream. I mean, if they are,
they'll be in the backyard.
You need to make sure they're good because
They'll be into the hibachi.
Man, it's not supposed to be hot this weekend, man.
It can get kind of wild on streams.
Yeah,
especially if they think they're going to be on whatever kind of stream. They don't know how the internet works.
Sometimes, I've had women over here, man. And sometimes they're like, "You really doing a stream, man?" And y'all have no idea what they're doing under the table, man. But it's awesome, man.
T, you are a wild card. Wild card.
I am, and you would never know if you met me in person. You would never think so.
I would. I totally would.
Total double agent. You think James Bond? Look at him.
Yeah, and James Bond was getting those under the poker table too. We all know what was going on there. You can't fool me.
In person, I probably look like, I don't know, some type of banker or some shit. Like, I mean, right now it looks all a little rough, but when I clean all this up and put it in like shit, I don't know.
I don't know if I'd say banker.
It's not quite banker, but like when I put on like a nice shirt and everything, and I cover all the tattoos, yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm very white. I'm very white. Like, I'll tell you that. It's like, oh wow, this guy might have my next real estate purchase, and I'm like, sure.
I could see real estate. I could get real estate from you. Yeah, I could see that.
That's your
real estate agent.
Very white instead of very white.
Look, I'm not gonna let right now.
Yeah,
my hair
white.
Right now, my hair is fucked because I'm just doing it on my own because I'm letting the top grow. So I'm just like letting it ride. I'm just hitting my hair with like 0 all across my hair every couple days, and like Andy, 0 or 1, whatever. That's it.
Can I get a pause?
Right before I go to fucking Vegas, I'm gonna get a proper I'm gonna have it all done up right. So right now I'm just letting it
grow. That's a pause.
Motherfucker, that's how hair works.
It's a pause.
I'm sorry you don't know how hair works since you lost it fucking 20 years ago.
I'm letting the top grow? Oh, man. That just sounds like poison.
Uh-oh.
It sounds like, like things you lost in the past, like your hair. But, it's fine.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Sign of hair.
Yeah, you could do it if you're black. If you're black, you can be bald. Yeah. It's legal.
That's what they say. Seriously, they say it's a bad liver. Your liver is messed up. When your hair is gone, your liver, something wrong with your liver or something, man, when you lose your hair. And I lost my hair
I shaved my head one time, and I've said this story one other time before, and I'm not trying to bring everybody down, but it was when I was 24 and a girlfriend of mine was 20. and she was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she had to go through a cancer treatment and lost all her hair. So I shaved my hair in solidarity. I'm not going to say what happened to her, but I'll say, well, I guess I'll just say it. Like, she's not with us now. But
What?
Well, stage 4. I mean,
stage 4
Stage
Hodgkin's
4
lymphoma
is
at
bad.
20 years old. 20 years
That's
old.
so
Yeah.
One of
you
my
know,
that's
hey, man,
young.
So
you know, I
people
lost
always
my
sit there and it's like, oh wow, like you want to know I don't talk about some exes. Like, I've had some bad fucking experiences, man. Let's just
You
go
know
with
You
my-
that.
know what? You know,
my first
because
wife is gone because of that.
really,
My first wife, my ex-wife, she
how old was
passed away.
she?
She passed away. She would have been 32, and she passed away in
Jeez.
2012. Yeah,
And
she was the
it
mother
hits
of
you
my
like
children.
a truck and it comes out of nowhere, man.
Mother of my children, but she passed away of colon cancer and metastasized to her brain.
What?
But
Damn.
yeah, she was young, and
For
but I
women.
raised my kids by myself, like literally. She was, you know, rest her soul, but yeah, that's that. But
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry, Cyfax, man. Damn, sorry, dude. Sorry. Damn, you're still a dickhead, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're still
Man.
a dickhead.
Jeez, man, that's so messed up, dude. So messed
That's
up, man.
crazy.
I
What's
was
going
young.
on in California? Jeez.
Oh no. No, I'm not, that's not an excuse for me being an asshole at all. Like, come on.
I don't think we weren't thinking that. We
That's
weren't
been an
thinking that.
ongoing thing. I'm just saying, like, it's like, hey, we've all gone through some shitty shit, but it's like,
Yeah.
hey, every now and
Shitty
then, hey, if people want to fucking, throw out some like random bad things, it's like, oh, I got some. It's like, that's just
Maybe
one
that could be a
Right on.
YouTube channel. Random bad things.
on the top of shit. It's like, okay.
You know what happens? You know what
Like,
happens?
that's
a
what
lot?
I'm willing to tell you. Imagine how much worse everything else is. So
Yeah.
go with that.
You know what manages to happen in life is that life is much like a Rubik's Cube, right? So you might fix one side, it's all scrambled up, you fix one side, but you have to replace the side that you fixed with something else. So it's always something, always these random acts, you're always chasing your tail. That's why when happiness is only like for a few moments and the rest is just you're trying to figure it out, right? Because you got to be included in things. But like when my father died when I was 10, and then my kids, and when my son's 10, he loses his mom. So you know what I mean? Like those things happen. You're like,
Wow.
how does that happen? What is going on? Like, it's all to like create outcomes, or scenarios, plausible scenarios, so you can be in the same algorithm of life. And it's so weird. That's just crazy Uncle T thinking, up late night thinking all the time. So, What else? Y'all want something crazy? You want to rant? I can give you a rant.
what you wanted to rant about? Like, so look, we already brought up like the Marvel casting, and I saw you in the chat talking about some of that. Is there something you wanted to talk about that? Or talk about that?
The Marvel.
Or-
I didn't chime in on that. That thing,
you were like, hey, you're talking about the Marvel casting. I saw you say that. You didn't really say much about that, but did you have any opinions about it? Any of the casting?
I think that I line up with you on this one, and everybody pretty much. It's how come it feels? If I could ask this, how come it just feels underwhelming? Any news they give us, it just seems so underwhelming for a company that really overwhelmed us. Were we that spoiled in phase 1, 2, and 3? It just seems like this is just it's like they're just playing pocket pool with us, just like whatever. We just want some money. It didn't feel like they were doing a cash grab, a soulless cash grab in the first 3 phases. Whereas now it's like I'm not sure there's a finish line at this point, because if it was, they would be limping across. And it just like, okay, you did this long build up, great, but it didn't make me feel good about your future, because what's after Secret Wars? What's after that, dude? What do you got planned?
What
You
you're
had the
asking about with
X-Men.
that Secret Wars, what's before fucking Doomsday? What are you talking about? It's like, so we went through the whole list, and it's like we know the characters that live through Thunderbolts, which is the next one that comes out basically roughly a little over a month from now. Then we also know who lives through Fantastic Four, which is all the Fantastic Four plus freaking what's his name? Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Doom, Doctor Doom. What it's his fucking movie name. And so, and then on top of that, we have like, you know, we have the bad guy who's Sentry, who's also Bob or whatever. We know all the characters that are going to survive. Like that, I think that's the most egregious thing. Is like, you told us that these next two movies do not matter. You told us who's going to be here. You told us we're going to see them next. You told us right to our face.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Before your two movies dropped. Why are you gonna? No, look. There should always be some type of suspense. Sure, you want to know that, like, you kind of in the back of your mind know that these characters are going to survive. But you know, when the best parts of some of the best Marvel movies have been is when somebody doesn't. You know, and how are you not going to do that? And they're like, here's the next two things. Everybody's fine, everything's good, and then this is only here to get to the next thing. This is a giant fucking end credit scene. Like Fantastic Four is going to be a giant end credit scene to the next goddamn movie. That's all it's.
Well, they can't survive. They can't survive in anonymity anymore. They don't have the luxury of that. Ever since they started like teasing who was going to be in certain movies, like, hey, stepping out saying, hey, Mahershala Ali, hey, Jane Foster's going to be back. Oh, by the way, Kristen Bale is going to be a different version of the characters. You know, they don't have the anonymity that they used to have, where they could surprise you. Like, imagine keeping that Tom Holland secret of him being, you know, they did those reshoots at the last minute. They just don't have that, man, and they're desperate to get back the viewership that they're losing. I mean, they've taken a hit on Disney Plus. They're taking a hit in the theaters. Like, their characters, whatever they're pushing is not working with the audience because the audience is not in tune with what they're offering. So of course they got to resort to gimmicks, right? Which is unlike Marvel. That's Disney. Like, Disney resorts to gimmicks because Disney is all about merchandise. But it just seems like a soulless cash grab, what they do to us. And then they say you don't have no vote in it. But when we do, we vote with our dollars and we say, no, man, that's not, I'll wait for it to go on Disney Plus. Matter of fact, you know what? I cancel my subscription until it does come out. You don't have anything, man. When you water down product and you're not giving originality to things that you need to give originality to, you don't even give it a chance. You don't even let the audience get some reception to it. What? It's like 45 days. It's a 45-day calendar window before stuff is on streaming. You don't, come on. Like, Game of Thrones didn't start off like with a bang. It took a couple of seasons for it to get going. You got to let it flow through. I just feel like today that was not cool. Just throw them all out there. You would have been better saying, hey, the X-Men are going to be in this movie. That would have got people pumped up.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They did say X-Men are going to be in this movie. What they should have done, in my opinion, and it's not going to happen, but what they should do is do a secret release of a fucking like X-Men movie. It's like, by the way, X-Men in 2026 is coming out. Like when Chris Gore announced, hey, we're getting a reveal that's going to be as big or bigger than Doom. It should have been X-Men. X-Men should have been it. Like, here's the X-Men movie. That's what it should have been. That's 100% what it should have been, because they finally have the rights to the X-Men. They have all this stuff. They have all the things in the fucking. They have everything lined up, man. That's what it should have been.
I think you're kind of getting it in the X-Men 97 extension series. I think that's basically
you shouldn't have to, though. Nobody should have to go to a fucking movie in the theaters. You shouldn't have to watch a movie. You shouldn't have to watch a movie. You shouldn't have to watch an animation show. You should be able to follow it along like as you did with the movies. Like I said, my friend just showed his mom all the movies in succinct order. She doesn't need to watch any of the TV shows to follow along what's going on. She knows what's going on. You don't need to do that. And the fact that people want to do that is a mistake.
Well, they got to bank on, like, if I were them, I would bank solely on the fact that, hey, I have two nerd channels in my streaming. I got Star Wars and I got Marvel. I would pump out something every month that's got something to do with those big brands. They're not well, at least 2 or 3 projects. I don't care if they're cartoons, live action, something to make people say, hey, this is, even if you're showing behind the scenes, just doing, hey man, here's what we're working on. Guess what? You know what I mean? Here's some ideas for the future. Here's the Marvel future. This is what we got planned and what we want to do. They're not doing any of those. They're not doing any customer service within their own branding, and it's making people disconnect. Like I said before, and you said, they're planning for a future that is not, it's not all inclusive to males. It's all inclusive to everybody else. And the problem is you got boy branded material that you're trying to change to this gender neutral thing.
Hey, hold on, T. There's somebody in the chat here, who's been a guest on the stream, but he made a comment that I think me and you could respond to. I don't remember if Andy saw the show or not, but everyone needs to watch Agatha All Along or Nothing Makes Sense. Do you agree with that? I don't agree with that.
No.
Why does Agatha Long make sense to fucking anything that's going on? Other than that, like, what is it? The manipulation of reality?
Well, and they just admitted that or like said that the kid is Agatha and the Audrey Plazas. Like that came out yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god.
Which we all know what that is.
Somebody, dude.
What does that have to do with Doom and fucking Doomsday though? What the fuck?
This person's hilarious. They're saying, wouldn't it be funny if that's the Rosetta Stone for the MCU? It's like it really was Agatha all along.
Andy, it does.
Oh, so he was just joking. That I was like, okay. I was like, I almost like, look, this guy, like, Cucksack, like he came on one of the last streams that I did, and he's funny, and then like apparently he's gone through some type of weird legal shit or whatever, but he's pretty damn funny. But at the same time, sometimes I don't know enough people in the chat well enough to know when they're joking or like not joking. So, all right, there you go.
That's my guy, man. He's my guy. Hey,
no, that's great. But I was confused. I was like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Because I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, is there something in there that makes this make sense? Because none of this shit makes sense to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna say this.
Look, you got me. I'll give you that. You got me 100%.
Hey, don't beat me up here, but I kind of think Agatha so far is better than Daredevil. Born Again. I'm sorry, they've got better episodes than
dude. I had more. You know what's crazy? I had more fun reviewing that because there was more easy things to point out. Because it's not that there's bad things that are wrong with this show. It's just that they're painfully obvious to where I'm like, everybody knows what's going on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite things about joining some of the DA streams and other people's streams is when I see stuff that nobody else sees, and then I point it out. The problem with watching all these very obvious, fucking blatant, like slap you in the face shows is everything is obvious to all hell and back, and I know that it's like, oh my god, wow, that's almost like cocky. It's like no. It's just people are focused on things that I know everyone else is focused on. I'm trying to focus on everything else. That's all that is. But Agatha would have some shit where nobody else saw it, and then I would be able to point it out. And then it just dragged into nothingness. And then at the end of it, what I really hated about it is when I thought about the whole concept of the idea in general, there's actually a good idea there. They just did it in a terrible pace and a terrible idea, and they did it in a terrible way. But the idea is actually kind of solid. It's actually pretty decent. They just told it in a terrible fucking sequence. It was a terrible sequence. Like when the whole thing is in place, is like they took everything and they had it planned out, and they were just like, just throwing darts at a board, and they're like, okay, that's cut here, that's cut here, that's cut here, that's cut here, and then they cut it into such a way that you're like, oh, this is trash. Like, but there's actually something decent there. That's what disappointed me the most about it, is like, there's actually something good here. You guys just told it in such a shit fucking manner. And I'd really hate for a Daredevil to be the same way. I'm thinking Daredevil is going to be, it's going to be the reverse of Agatha, or not Agatha. It's going to be the reverse of, oh my God, Scarlet Witch and, what's it called? Scarlet Witch and what the fuck was the first show they did? It was like
WandaVision.
WandaVision. It's going to be the reverse of WandaVision, where the first 1 to 4 to 5 episodes were interesting, and then the last 4 sucked. This is going to be the reverse of it, to where the first 1 to 4 to 5 episodes sucked, and then all of a sudden the 6th episode kicks in. It's cool, and then it actually ends decently, and it's going to trick people into watching season 2. And it's going to go into what, like, me, Andy, and Katie have been talking about for the last couple of days when we've been reviewing some of these shows that we do semi-like, or that we used to like, that season 2 fucking sucks for all these fucking shows.
Yeah.
They're going to trick us into fucking watching it because it's going to end decently, and it's going to sucker you in.
You'll keep your.
But I mean, we'll watch it.
Another year.
What sucks is we watch this stuff because obviously we have YouTube stuff going on now, and it is hard to justify stopping something because obviously it's at a certain point it becomes easy content. But at the same time, you still want to see what's going on, because if somebody tries to contradict or go against whatever the hell you're saying, you want to be able to combat it properly by having the facts. So you want to watch it because whatever. It just sucks because now you got to watch that fucking garbage shit. But whatever. I have a feeling it's going to be the opposite of freaking WandaVision. These last couple episodes might actually pull it all together, and we're going to be like, that was cool, that was great. It's going to be like Spider-Man, the animation series, And I would hate that, because it shouldn't be like that. And all of a sudden, it's not going to pull in the viewership. It's not going to do what the company needs it to do. It might do it for the fans, like people like us. We're like, hey, we got these random internet freaking dweebs to come back. Like, hey, check it out. We like it. We ended up liking it in the long run. That's not enough to jet people back into season 2. We don't have that much pull. It's not just us. I'm talking about like literally bigger channels and stuff. We just don't do that.
Well, guys, I need to go to bed. I need to do something tomorrow. So, thank you so much for having me. You guys are wonderful. It's nice to see everybody. And bye to the chat, guys. Whoever's all in there. I can't see now. I'm half asleep. But thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night.
Absolutely. See you later, Anne.
Okay. Ciao.
Good luck. Good luck in Canada.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace out. All right. Well, she is right. It's kind of late. So anybody have some last thoughts on either Doomsday or something they want to talk about that they normally don't get to talk about? Let's say with like Andy on their channel, on a channel that you can say on my channel, and then just like go off. Like my channel's not gonna get hit for anything because nobody gives a shit about my shit.
I got copyrighted the other day. I can't believe that.
No. Copyright don't matter until you get a strike. That's there's a difference between copyright and getting a strike.
What does that
Good
mean?
job on that. It just means that they want to take the like stop you from monetizing it. But it's
Yeah. So until you get monetized, do whatever the fuck you want, basically, is what. And then if you go Hold My DualShocks route, you just do that forever.
Yeah. We get copyrighted every single video without fail.
Like,
every video.
Listen to the songs they play. All that shit is copyrighted.
We just play music we like, bro. We don't
Dude,
even.
That's why it trips me out when Katie's like, Why are you playing this?" And I'm like, you guys have your intro, right? Like your intro immediately fucking capsizes your stream.
She's like, you're gonna get us like the stream booted. I'm like, we don't make money on this, Katie. Like, what are you talking about? Like, don't get me wrong. I would like if I ever make $1 off this, great. But once you guys have told me that, I've been not giving a shit about sometimes when I add in certain songs to something. And like, I used to think like, oh, under 10 seconds is fine. And then I tried that and that still didn't work. No, and I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to use whatever the fuck I want until I get monetized. Which
and then I'm going to
just on your screen, by the way. It's hilarious. Do you see him?
Calypso?
Look at him. He's fucking.
No. Check it out. Watch this.
Oh,
bam,
that's you
bam,
doing
bam.
it?
Bam. No. Now I'll make her do it. Look at that. Bam.
That's
bam,
hilarious.
I'm telling you, that's the star, dude. That's the star. Hey, Calypso and me, or Dr. Calypso and Mr. Syphax. There you go.
So look. So this, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about doing like an Instagram page and a TikTok page that's like a Calypso Has Wares, all spelled stupidly, right? Like the video game, like Calypso Has Wares, right? And then just buy cat toys and then link myself to that while I just show videos of her playing with them, just to see if I can make money off of it. I think that would be hilarious. Oddly enough, I think it'll work.
It would,
because she plays with everything and she's awesome. Also, she responds to her name, which is crazy. Calypso. Damn, check that out. Oh, you can't really tell. Her face is too black, but
hey. Yeah, people like those type of videos, man. That's your stick, man. You got to go with the stitch, man. The stick is what they like, man. They want to see the cat. You know that would be my angle.
I agree.
Hey, man, I know everybody's sleepy here, man. Thanks so much, man, for letting me join.
Yeah, it's getting late. We got 2 minutes till 4. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off like right now. I think I only got like an hour left of my fucking free thing, anyways. Maybe I'll throw something in before it resets. I mean, that'd be a smart idea, right? Anyways, thank you, Andy, from obviously Hold My DualShock. I'll be over there tomorrow night tomorrow afternoon for Fan Rant Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever their topics are, I'm not quite sure yet, but it's always a fun time. It's a good time. They have good people all the fucking time. Also, their videos are hilarious. Go check them out at Hold My DualShock. And obviously, we have Uncle T here late night. This guy also cooks, and he's, a master of deception because he believes that he's deceptively slept with a bunch of people who he definitely didn't. But,
you know what?
You got to give me that one. You got to give me that one. Come on.
No, I'm literally the man, but whatever. I mean, I used to be the man. I'm talented and I can draw. Tell me what you guys want me to draw next, and I'll draw it. Hey, I'll see you.
The other things he said, just fine. Actually, he's truthful in that. See, yeah, I'm a lie detector.
I don't what man.
Yeah,
I don't look like the type of guy that would get that, man. I'm telling you, dude. I'm the man.
I can't wait to meet you guys in person. It's gonna be so fun.
Check out Uncle T. Obviously, you more than likely came here after his stream, after the cooking stream, which I appreciate. Again, I start almost every stream I think I've done lately saying I'm going to go an hour, and then they go 3 to obviously sometimes 6 hours, which is retarded, which is great because, go me. Awesome.
All good.
I have no idea why you're here. Thank you. But anyways, thank you from Andy from Hold My DualShock. Thank you, Uncle T.
Watch Hold My DualShock and Syphax.
Dude, yeah, yes.
Go check out Uncle T's
Come
thumb
subscribe.
video, bro. Because people have been talking. People ain't been talking about how fucked up Megan Fox's hands are. It's weird.
Get way up in that thumb thing, and like I don't know, maybe you'll experience a whole new world. But
Did you see the Did you see the James T? Did you see the one with me in my bow tie? Did you see? Oh my god! Oh, I cracked myself up, man. Okay, y'all. All right.
at least he laughs at somebody, mainly himself, but at least somebody. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
you all have a good night.
Proteins.
Peace out. I'll catch you
Proteins.
tomorrow, Andy. Peace out. Later, T.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.